WIIFTBP. If you're a business professional, have you ever wanted to multitask on your way to an important meeting instead of navigating through traffic? Fellowship Fleet Limousine and Bus Company is your solution for chauffeured ground transportation. Our company provides sedans, SUVs, stretch limousines, vans, and buses for corporate travel, airport transfers, and group shuttles. If you're a corporate travel manager, individual business professional, event or meeting planner, relax. Let us take the wheel. Visit fellowshipfleet.com to book right now.
Maze Jackson.
Tune in to the Maze Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m. where you can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Plus, from 6:30 to 8, you can get us on WBGX 1570 a.m. That's right, it's the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
One of a kind, it feels so nice. Girl, you do it right. I miss. Oh, girl, you don't go too fast. You take your time. Just how I like. I miss. Hey, oh, you kiss it, then I'm drifting off your love. Keeps me floating, girl. I miss. It feels good, I wanna come down. Girl, I'm missing that love. Come on. Ooh, babe, I'm missing all those kisses. Baby, bring those lips to me. Oh, babe, I'm missing missing all those kisses. Baby, bring those lips to me. Come on, come on. Oh, when you're not around, girl, I'm weak. I swear I'll be hearing things. Oh, and if I cannot have you, girl, I'm feeling. Oh, that's such a talent you bring. Yeah. Oh, and days too long. If I can hold you in my arms, if I can find a real good love. Ooh, that kiss is a drug to me. Baby, your kiss is all I need. Come on. Ooh, it feels so good, baby. Oh, come on. Ooh, baby, I'm missing all those kisses. Baby, bring those lips to me. I miss it already, girl. I'm missing all those kisses. Baby, bring those lips to me. I miss it already, babe. I'm missing all those kisses. Baby, bring those lips to me. Oh, babe, I'm missing all those kisses. Baby, bring those lips to me.
WIIFTBP.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts. Man, Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, Chicago. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. So we wake up this morning. Did anybody tune into the news? I hope, Riis, you got your script together. I hope you got your juicy together. And I want you to do you juicy on the way out, because Juicy literally tried to pull. He really did try to pull the Riis. He tried to pull the Nino Brown. It's bigger than me, Yana. I mean, I respect you. You know how when people be like, I respect you. He's trying not to point. There was a lot going on yesterday. And let me just say, first of all, I knew it wasn't going to go well for Juicy. Yesterday, Riis, when I saw he was getting to court late. Now, I know, Riis, you got the rules of court. Me, forget it. I've been taught. They have whooped it in me. I am officially a trained Negro. I will be at court early. I ain't. It's like, and if ain't nothing taught y'all that ain't no special, no such thing as a special Negro, it should be Brittany Griner, who was flying around Russia. Probably been all around the world in Russia a million times with vape cartridges. Got comfortable. And they was like, hold on, OJ. 7-foot OJ, you getting on the plane? You forgot we couldn't revoke your status right away. You got caught up in the celebrity of it all. You thought your 7-foot status was going to stop. Did y'all? Oh. And so, Riis, I'm here to tell you today that if we got 2 posters for if you thought you was special Negro, you ain't. I don't care how much TV you got. You still a ninja. Brittany and Juicy. And on top of it, both of them was light-skinned. So they probably was, little privilege exercise. Little celebrity added into that. You get to feeling some kind of way. But yesterday, Riis, the sentence was handed down. I told y'all they was going to put that boy in jail. I told y'all they was like, okay, we cannot be around here having these Negroes think they could lie on the stand and get 150 days in the county, Riis. 150 days in the county, plus the maximum restitution. We're going to talk about this today. Because it is probably, I think it's an international headline, because when he got jacked, it was an international headline. You think the rest of the world's still paying attention to the Juicy thing? I think they know about the verdict. But do you think it was as intense as it was in Chicago for the rest of the world?
No, it probably was a little because he was on Empire.
But then he got kicked off,
right.
and then Empire went off, so it was kind of like,
right. So
I feel like he may have been the end of Empire for real.
No, Empire was already out.
It was garbage in the first place, though.
No, it was good.
No, it was garbage.
It was good. It just ended when it did. It's just like how Power good. Like eventually,
Power is not good though.
Eventually, we're gonna be like,
Tommy is whack. I'm just telling you now.
So-so.
Tommy, you know what, man? The Tommy show from the Irish piece where they talk like they stay, boy. Man, come on, man. That's garbage. I'm really not digging the interracial stuff. It's like they trying to make it interracial. And I really just feel like Power is so whack because they making Chicago so soft. Even though the more I think about it, we are soft because we got all these people that's scared to go outside. It's snowing outside today. Is everybody shutting down? Nowadays, if snow hit the ground in Chicago, people want to shut the city down. So, that's foreign. So, anyway, man, there's a whole bunch going on today. Riis, we got a lot to talk about. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson, and on the wheels of steel, it's my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. DJ Riis the Ruler, how you feeling today?
I'm blessed by the best and praying for Jesse Smollett.
he gonna get blessed
He
in.
good, man. He only got 75 days, man. They do.
Oh, they do day for
Yeah,
day.
it's day for day in the county. He'll be all right.
Oh, is it day for day?
Yeah,
All right,
they
and
county.
you know, and they gonna put him in seg. He probably gonna be straight.
Yeah,
He
he
gonna be
good,
all right.
man.
Hey,
He good, but you never know, man. He might want to be with the boys. You never know. He might wanna,
he might.
Yeah,
He
won't
might.
hurt him.
What if he want to be plugged though?
Then he want to go be with the boys and be with like whoever in charge. So you gonna be his lady for them 75 days. But yeah, it's all right. He got.
You think he gonna be washing drawers or something?
Yeah, he got like 2.5 months. Yeah, he good. So he should be out in like June.
Right in time for Juneteenth.
Yeah, he good.
Then he gonna go to the Chosen Few this year.
Probably.
Man, you think he like? Man, they was like, you get. Man, I thought he was finna walk for a minute.
You know he a singer now, man. He might turn to a rapper, man. You know he might.
He already said he said he was the gay Tupac dog.
Oh, yep. Well, then he finna.
He
go
gay
out.
Tupac.
He
Oh
finna
man,
come
Death
out.
Row.
See, he finna
His
come out.
Snoop should sign.
Snoop come on that.
Where did Snoop come out to? Where did Snoop come to Chicago? Be like, you want to get out of here today?
Death Row Records.
Death Row. You signing with Death Row today?
2.5 months ain't bad for that. 200 months. I mean, 2.5 months ain't bad for that.
Oh, wait, hold on. See, so do you think he? See, this is what okay. I got some video because y'all do remember. Okay, so Dan Webb, Riis, I'm so torn about this.
That man had Samuel L. Jackson and his wife write a letter. You saw that?
So he ain't from Chicago. Don't nobody. Let me tell you something. I don't care about now one of your letters. If you ain't get if you ain't get a letter from GDs, if you ain't get a letter from the brothers, if you ain't get a letter from who he get a letter from Chicago besides Jesse Jackson? Did he get a letter from Father Flager? If he got a letter from Father Flager, that's probably what the pass was.
The Black Lives Matter.
Man, don't nobody care about no Black Lives Matter here. We already figured that out.
Rainbow Push Coalition.
Okay, Reverend Jackson. Okay, we give him some props. Reverend Jackson got some juice. Who else?
That's it.
Riis, why was it like 4 hours though? Because I remember I tried to start watching it at 1 o'clock, 1:30. They showed him coming in late. Next thing I know, I went, had a meeting, took my son home, did all type of stuff, came back, and we just turned on. We couldn't get out the car because we was watching the sentence. And the judge oh man. The judge said, "Oh, you want a performance?" Did you see the judge? Did you see that?
Yeah.
Riis, he said, "Oh, y'all want to perform?" He said, "I'm finna take you through a roller coaster ride." It was like one moment I was like, "Oh, he going to jail for 3 years." Then it would be, "Oh, he getting off." Then he was like, then remember Riis, he said, "Oh, you got 3 years probation." Juicy was filling out, and then all of a sudden he said, "But first, before you do that though, you gonna take this quick 150. 150 days they gave him." But you said day for day, Riis. I think Carrie was asking that too. She was like, "Well, does he have to do the whole thing?" Yeah. I feel like
it's county day for day.
Day for day. Right. All right. Well, we're gonna talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. So Juicy Smooyay. Kim Fox snapped though. I don't know if y'all saw it in the paper. Kim Fox put a response in the paper. She said it was bullies of black women. She called it a kangaroo court and mob justice. Yo, Riis. Did you see the judge put the Chicago in? He tried to rep for the city though. He was like, man, one thing you know, Chicagoans know they love this. He really wanted to say nothing. Riis, only reason he got jail time though. Did you see him on the way out the door, Riis?
No, I didn't see that.
You ain't see him when he was on the way out the door, Riis. Riis, when he was on the way out the door, dog. Juicy dang near flipped the table, Joe. He dang near flipped the table. Look, we gonna talk about it all today, cause y'all got me confused as to where we supposed to be on this. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Ruler in the building. Riis, I also was online looking at pictures. Man, your girl Kamala around here making clones. In a minute, Reese, we ain't gonna know who we supposed to be listening to. And the Black Caucus is being browned as we speak. I'm gonna let that go down. I'm gonna show y'all some pictures a little bit later. I didn't load those into the box. All right, y'all. Let me see. Reese, we locked in and we loaded, so let's do this. Let's get the soul plane up to 60,000 feet and get this bad boy up and away. It is the Maze Jackson Show. Did you see Chicago Police Department is waiving the college requirement? Why are you shaking your head, man?
They're just gonna just put anybody to be a cop.
Hold on, brother. In Houston, you ain't got. There's other cities where you don't have to. You don't think a high school diploma is enough? You tripping, Reese?
I mean, it's some people in there with college degrees and ain't enough. So you gonna go less? Okay, all right. You gonna just pick somebody that's fresh out of high school and all? Come on, man, that don't make no sense. So is it gonna be like an age requirement, or you just 18 and then you could be a cop?
Maybe make it 21, right?
So what are you doing in those 3 years from high school? If you take away a 2-year requirement, then like what's the requirement now?
Dang, Reese, I don't know. Why are you trying to put me under pressure, dog?
I'm just saying, man, they just do.
Reese, you don't trust high schoolers to be cops? You don't trust a 21-year-old? What about if you gotta just be 21? I gotta get the requirements.
Nah.
We gotta get the requirements.
Cool, but I just think that's young. Should be, I don't know. You should have to do like some years of training first. Like I don't know, like probably get like some years in, like substitute 2 years of college for like 2 years of like cop training or something. You know what I'm saying? Like where you go to school.
Oh, so you got to get a law enforcement degree.
Exactly. They should do something like that where you don't have to go to college, but you spend years learning you know what I'm saying? Like learning the law, learning how to de-escalate a situation, you know, just proper training. Then I feel like that'd be, you know, better.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, Reese. I see you saying that. What you saying is, you saying to be a cop, you still got to put in 2 years. Right. So instead, well, shoot, then if you do that, you might as well go 2 years of college, or make you get college credit for what you did.
That's cool. I mean, maybe it can start off being like a little paid apprenticeship or something like that. But you know. But I should think it should be like, definitely don't just take away the requirement, because then what's the requirement next? Like, or what's the age or something like that? Like this person could have just been doing nothing for 2 years and like, I'm gonna be a cop. Like, it's just like weird to me. But you know, it's Chicago, so.
Now you know in Chicago, let me say this. I think the issue is, Reese, they can't find a Reese, they don't have any. My bad. Reese, they don't have any. They're having a hard time recruiting police officers, and so now what they want to do, and if they don't, like if they keep it the way it is, Reese, then what's gonna happen is, essentially, it's gonna be all white cops, and right, because we ain't going to college, and so what they're trying to do is make it possible. All right, Reese, I gotta bring this picture up because I saw this today. And I saw this the other day, and well, let me back up. I saw the first one, and then I looked at the second one, and I thought it was kind of crazy. And I was telling y'all need to pay attention. They moving us out. So if you look on your screen right now, they have Kamala Harris leading the Edmund Pettus, leading the march across the Edmund Pettus Bridge. You know, that's the bridge from Glory. Glory. And then you see that picture underneath. So that, first of all, does Kamala get to lead the civil rights march even though she was the one that was crying at the border for the undocumented immigrants? Like, I feel like they still sliding her in. That's the Chucks and Pearls picture. But, right? So you see the picture with her in front of all. She is like that. Remember a few years ago that was Obama. So now they're going to plug the top black person in every year because glory. Then you see the sister beneath her. You know that sister right there? She is the newest member. She is the lead. She is Don't she look like she could be Kamala's cousin or something? I'm telling y'all, dog. They taking the lead on people of color. She's not black. She's Indian. I forget her name, and I'll get it for you a little bit later. But you see that picture? You can put that picture up in front of black people, and we'll be get some more chucks and pearls. See how they sliding us out? Black, why y'all black? What? So Kamala, look at Kamala, and then look down. Riis, if I didn't tell you that wasn't no sister, you'd have been like,
she's black.
See how they did? That's the same thing they did with Kamala.
Person of color, yo.
Riis. Y'all see how they just did, y'all? I'm going to stop. Was that too much? Or was that? Y'all better wake up. Why y'all chucking and pearling? They done already, they slid half in. Check this out, Riis. So Kamala is black in the middle. She got a white husband and a native Indian dad, an Indian mom, and claims that. Now we got this woman here, Jaya something from Washington, from Seattle. Do y'all see how this people of color thing could work against us? You don't even see it. Y'all was like, ooh, who is that sister? See how? No. But y'all don't want to hear me though. Y'all do not want to hear me. Go ahead, people of color. You gonna be think about Kamala is right now. Kamala is the last two people to lead the John Lewis march across the Edmund Pettus Bridge. Half in, half had a foot in, a foot out. Now what happened when old girls show up and they like Kamala can't make it and old girl down at the bottom show up? We just gonna link up arms and be walking across the bridge. What did she say? Jump. All right, I'm going to stop with y'all because y'all ain't ready for me this morning. I'm feeling the kind of way. Kind of crazy though, right? Like you look at that, you be like, you would have never known the difference if I ain't tell you. Let me find her name for you. Let me get that real quick. Oh, Riis. What the black people gonna do, man? What are the black people going to do if we don't protect ourselves and our self-interest in here? We are going to be people of color straight up out this mug. You see how easy that was to do? Chuck some pearls. If they would have told us she pledged the sorority, Riis, y'all have been around this mug, 00, 000, and whatever it was. I'm trying to find her name now. All right, y'all. Mace Jackson Show. What else I got on my list? Did you CPD? Did you see CPS plans changes to the selective enrollment plan? Riis, did you go to? Oh no, you went to Prosser.
That's CPS.
It ain't selective enrollment though.
Yes, it is.
It ain't selective enrollment. Don't nobody be like, let me pick Prosser. Like they be like, let me beg. They like people beg to go to Bolingbrook. People beg to go to Northside Prep. People beg to go. So you saying Prosser is the same as like Northside Prep and Whitney Young and you saying that?
Right. It was selective enrollment. Like they picked you in there.
You had to test to get in?
No, you just had to get picked in there.
What you mean you get picked?
They looked at your grades and everything.
They was like, that was the bad. It's like Moses Montefiore.
So you just couldn't be terrible. Like if you was like it just wasn't like your neighborhood school. Like you had to be selective enrollment in there.
I'm going to put that on the list. You saying Prosser is in the same box. I ain't never seen Prosser on the same page as Whitney Young, dog. I ain't going to lie.
Yeah, that's because our education ain't up there. But
okay, well, that is.
You can still get it.
That is.
But it's a smart people that came out of that. But I'm just saying, you definitely not a regular, like just apply and get in. Like you're definitely selective enrollment.
I wish that everybody could just
like
go.
a lottery or whatever that is.
Yeah. See, I wish everybody could just go to the school in their neighborhood. You had like two choices. This one or that one, right? Because, Riis, and I know y'all Chicagoans have like gang issues, so you can't go past gang lines or whatever, but I think that would break up some of that too, because your mama would beat your butt for not going to school, and then everybody got to be there, and then you know the people. But anyway, Riis, I remember when my kids were trying to go to, we were putting them in public school. We were doing all this testing and running around and hoping they made the test to get into the selective enrollment schools. And I just think like you should go to your neighborhood school. And I think there should be the A track, the B track, and the C track in the school. And you know the slow kids can't stop the smart kids, and the smart kids gonna get slowed down, right? But I feel like, cause it ain't no fun if everybody going to school like. And so what if the schools are segregated? Because black people live in black neighborhoods. But I don't think you should have the best schools in 4 locations and then all the whites and the Asians get to test in and no black kids get a chance to go to the smart kids school. I think that's crazy. So anyway, they're trying to phase it out. But I thought it was pretty funny that now that we have a new Latino CEO, he wants to phase out selective enrollment now that the Latinos are the dominant force in the CPS. And so then essentially they want to open up the white schools for the Latino kids, even though y'all was falling for the people of color piece. Right? So y'all like, oh, good, our kids can finally go. Nah, y'all kids still ain't going. They opening up the schools for the other people of color, and you don't count. But you jumping up and down. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. Did you see Lori Lightfoot said she's offended that Danny Solis is not in jail? In case you don't know, Danny Solis is the former alderman of the 25th Ward and the chairman of the zoning committee who wore a wire on Mike Madigan. And now Riis, he's saying that he is hoping that one day he will go down in history as the person who took down Mike Madigan. And I was wondering, is there ever a time, Riis, when you can be a snitch and a hero? Like we all know that we was kind of getting jerked around, but is Danny Solis a hero for like snitching? Even if that snitchery long term allows us the freedom to determine our fate, do we still look at him as a snitch, or is he a hero? Right? Like if his tapes took down Madigan, and we know that Madigan didn't necessarily have our best interests at hand, do we celebrate Danny Solis, or do we still consider him a snitch? Or do we be like, you was a necessary evil? I wouldn't have done it, but I'm so glad you did. Can you ever be a hero snitch?
End up like a spy, like an undercover.
Now you know what you call him, a whistleblower.
Oh, whistleblower.
Whistleblower. But really, he was a whistleblower because he was trying to get his whistle blown.
Oh.
Right? He got caught on the table. And, his boy was like, they caught him on the wire talking about, give me some Viagra and take me to that Chinese massage salon. You know the one I like. And that's how he got caught up.
Yeah,
because he apparently was doing the ding-a-ling. Yeah,
That's how it usually is, though. So, like, it all depends, it all depends on your motive. Like, if you was just snitching just to get yourself out of the charge, then nah. But if you was like, hey, if you like,
this is wrong, damn it.
Right, if you working for it like the whole time you see it wrong, and then you go tell and they be like, I can get inside on him.
Nah, he got caught trying to get his he was trying to get his ding-a-ling ringed and got caught on tape with the ring ding. And then the next thing you know, he was like, I could tell him I got somebody better than me.
I can tell. Yeah. See now, man, that's a coward. That's definitely a coward.
Okay. Dang, Riis, you harsh with that. You probably work for his auntie, though. All right, it's another story. We're going to let that go. I don't want no problems. So wait a minute. The one thing I do want to say, she said that she can't believe that Mayor Lightfoot said that she was offended that he was not locked up or that he was able to, what did the mayor say? She said that she was offended that Solis is not in jail. But quite frankly, Solis made her election possible. And she might want to try to be cool about that, because Danny Solis snitching on The Wire was the corruption that led to the commercials that she wrote that allowed her to get into office, right? Because remember, she wasn't a front runner, and then it was the corruption and the arrest of Ed Burke that turned the tides on the election that made her viable. So it's almost like she is hating on the process that made her. Remember that Ed Burke remember when she turned around the first meeting and made everybody clap when she got sworn in? Because, again, it was the Danny Solis tapes and recording that remember they papered up Ed Burke's wall. The problem for us a lot of times is we forget all of the people and the players that are involved, and so then they count on you forgetting. So how you gonna get on the paper and say, I'm offended that Danny Solis was walking around wearing a wire? Now you trying to play, so now you wasn't a federal prosecutor. That wasn't what your job was. That's not what you did. So now you offended? No, you know that when someone is a federal informant or a snitch or a confidential informant, Riis, they give them the license to steal. They say, you go do as much crime as you want and just tell us who gonna join you. So stop acting brand new. You know how this works. It's the Mace Jackson Show. Plus, want to send a big shout out to the Bolingbrook Raiders. Riis, we going downstate today. We got to play Glenbard, man.
You nervous?
No, I ain't nervous. We from Bolingbrook, dog.
So you nervous? Okay.
No, dog. We from Bolingbrook. It's like, I mean, regardless, we're what? Riis, when the last time Prosser made to? What y'all do? Y'all play badminton? What y'all got, badminton squad?
Well, when I was there, we was.
Riis, didn't you? You said they don't even wash y'all uniforms. Stop talking to me.
We wash our own uniform.
No, right,
we hold
exactly.
ourselves accountable.
Exactly.
We hold ourselves accountable for our own sweat.
Riis, you got one for everything. That's funny. All right. Hey, Riis, they trading Khalil Mack. Bye.
Yeah, he got
I ain't mad. It seemed like we ain't getting a lot for him though. Second round pick and a third round pick, even though I guess the second round pick is a big deal, but he was just under, like, after that remember the first play of the first season when he got the strip sack interception return for a touchdown, and we thought we was in the glory years.
We should have won the first time that we the little big, or the second when they hit the
double doink.
Yeah, so.
Shoulda, coulda. If
that was
a
our
fifth.
Super Bowl right there. But no, I mean it was a good trade for him. We needed picks, so we need to do a whole rebuild. So it's time to do a rebuild. Khalil Mack, and they switching from the 3-4 back to the
Come on, man. We was a 4-3 anyway, man.
Yeah,
Stop that, man. This the Bears, dog. But everybody want to be seeing that 3-4 crap out here.
We're gonna be different, man. It's good, man.
All right. And then finally, St. Patrick's Day weekend. In case you don't know, it is white folks have a license to ill. It is Beastie Boys weekend for the white folks, and I'm here to tell you, stay off of Western Avenue from 103rd all the way to 100 and something. Because the white people are going to be whiting. It is St. Patrick's Day. Also, Riis, this is traditionally when people go to my Facebook page, they dig deep, and then they go find all the pictures of me and the white people for St. Patrick's Day. Not because I was kicking it, but like I would be at the political events. So, you know, I should pull up my Mike Madigan picture for St. Patrick's Day. That'd be interesting, huh? All right. You know, they be like, look at Maze. He was a sellout before. No, I told you. I operated on the dark side. And if you were here in Chicago, then you had to understand. It was how it was. And now it is how it shall be. All right, y'all. It's the Mace Jackson Show. Hey, man, I went to the bank yesterday. And the sister was like, what are you doing for St. Patrick's Day? I said, do you see me? And you know, all the white people was looking. I was like, and I'm ashamed at you, sister, that you are even talking to me about some St. Patrick's Day. The only if it ain't no red, black, and green, we ain't going. She was like, you are so silly. I was like, I'm so serious. All right, y'all, it's the Mace Jackson Show. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to welcome everybody from WBGX, and we're going to talk about this one. Have you ever gotten away with a lie? We're going to talk about it when we come back. Oh, Open up the phone lines. Look, y'all. Now, can we have fun this Friday? I want to know, have you ever gotten away with a lie? Have you ever gotten away with a lie? What's the best lie you ever got away with? And have you ever got caught by a lie and stuck with it? Not Juicy, you. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break. Broken screen? Crash system? Are you in need of spyware or virus removal from your computer? Well, contact RPC Computer Repair in South Shore and let us help you with all your computer repair services and print needs. Need office or print production services, copies, scans, fax, or even notary service? Then stop by and support RPC Computer Repair and Print Shop located 1741 East 71st Street in the 71st Street corridor, newly revitalized South Shore areas, and let RPC be your one-stop shop where we believe RPC is your PC. RPC Computer Repair is also a UPS access point where you can drop off and pick up your important packages. So let RPC be of service to you. Call RPC Computer Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. at 773-966-4457. That's 773-966-4457. Visit RPC at rpccomputeringinc.com for more information. And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion had to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, and I want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:42 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area traffic and weather report as we head over to the Kennedy. O'Hare to the Loop is 23 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 18 on the Edens. Deerfield to Exchange will be 29 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield will be 25. While the Eisenhower is 32 minutes from Thorndale to the Loop and back. The Stevenson 40 minutes. I-355 to the Dan Ryan outbound will be 31 minutes. The Bishop Ford I-80 to the Dan Ryan 38 minutes, 29 minutes to I-80. While the Dan Ryan is 17 minutes to the Loop, 13 minutes to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive, 55th to Jackson and back will be 7 minutes and 8 minutes north. Today's weather, it is currently 23 degrees and cloudy. Today will be only a high of 36 with a low of 16. I'm Riis the Ruler. Happy Friday here on The Maze Jackson Show.
God got to the grave, from the grave. Glory to Gethsemane, God got to the grave, from the grave. Back to glory. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Oh, please. God's gonna turn it around. God's gonna turn it around. God's gonna turn it around.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Rule on the ones and twos. We are doing our thing right now, y'all. It is the Maze Jackson Show. DJ Riis the Rule of Maze Jackson and Riis. Did I get all my headlines? I did get all my headlines. So what I want you to do is say, well, first of all, let me do this. Let me welcome all the Saints, right? Because the Saints usually join us every day, Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 8 a.m. That's right. The Saints join us on WBGX 1570 a.m. every Monday through Friday. Now, the Sinners, they get here at 6 and they stay till 9 because, you know, they got to stay and get here early and stay a little late because they got to put in a little extra time. And they join us usually on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. That's right. This is the Maze Jackson Show, though. And we are right here. Riis, Before we start this juicy Smooyay thing, I want to set the stage. Now, Riis, before we talk juicy, and I want y'all to think about this, and I asked y'all this, but I'm ready for the social media question of the day. So why don't you give me the big voice, Riis? I am ready to hear the big voice. When you're ready, just hit it.
It's time for the social media question of the day.
Have you ever gotten away with a lie? Ask yourself the question. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Now, I want you to tell me the lie that you got away with. And if you don't want to say your name, you don't have to say your name. But I want to, before we start talking about Juicy Smooyay, I want to know, have you ever, not you, has your cousin ever gotten away with a lie and you saw him or her get away with it? Right? Because I don't want nobody to incriminate themselves. But Riis, I want to know, before we talk about Juicy, a little bit about you. Now, I always think about, when I think about a lie, what I think about? I don't know if y'all remember Eddie Murphy Raw. And he was like, no matter what, he was like, it wasn't me. But I saw you. I looked in the window. I saw you. It wasn't me. And Riis, there are people who, I'm not going to say I've never lied. And I'm going to say when I was a youngin', I probably told quite a few lies. And there was a point in which after I told a lie, you always had, I feel like when my parents had me caught in a lie, I always had an exit. They always gave me off ramps, right? Until you got to the point of no return. Did you ever tell a lie, get away with it, or ride it all the way out to the end consequence? When you're a young person, riding that lie out could usually end in a whooping or grounding. When you're grown, it usually ends in divorce. But, and are there any reasons as an adult for you to lie? Right? Like, can you get in trouble? Have you ever lied and got away with it? Like, what's the best lie you told and got away with? Right? Look, Mug's like, I'm not admitting that. Give us a call, 872. We can't see you. 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Have you ever gotten, now let me ask you a question. Have you ever gotten caught in a lie and still be like, nope, it wasn't me? How far have you taken a lie? Riis, one of the funniest stories that I think about, I used to hear about in Springfield was, I tell you about, you saw the governor was talking about people have, a whole different life down in Springfield. Like, you could literally have two lives if you work in Springfield. And Riis, he told the story, this old time legislator, we were sitting around, he told this story about, the legislators, he didn't bring his wife down, and one day she was just like, I'm going to Springfield because you be down there so much. I want to go down there and see what it is you do. Now, Riis, he said the drive for her normally was, to get there was 2 hours. He drove 10 hours and went all around the state to get there, to make it seem like it took so long to get there that she would never want to take the ride again. Right? Like, how far would you go to how far have you ever gone to protect the lie? And make it funny, please. Or, I mean, you can be serious too. But I want to know, and have you ever paid a price for a lie? What is the price that you have paid? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Riis, You got somebody on the live line? Anybody up there? Give us a call. 872-259-7474. Have you ever told a lie, caller?
We all in live before.
Hello?
Mikey.
What's
Yeah.
Jake finna hit us with the whole thing is a lie. Everybody's a lie. This whole thing, everything we believe, it's all a lie. Go ahead, Jake.
Oh man, that sums it up right there. I wasn't thinking like that, but it is. Everything we do is a lie. I wasn't even thinking about that, bro. Everything we do is a lie.
See,
Christmas
Jake,
is a lie. Easter is a lie. I wasn't even thinking about that though. But I was going to talk about something else.
See how you done engaged me? Look, you got me thinking on a whole nother play. I was like, Brother Jake finna call us and say, Maze, they've got you believing the lies. Brother Maze, they got you believing the lies. They got our birthright. I thought you was getting ready to hit me with the whole, and then I thought Israel was going to call me up and be like, Brother Maze, look, I thought y'all was finna get, Jake, Jake, you give me what? Give me.
I wouldn't even say admit to that, bro. I wasn't even thinking. I wouldn't even. But okay. Now, this one I wanted to ask you, bro. The lady that you posted, right, Kamala? Because it's crazy. I was a merchandiser for the rug doctor. I had like the Southeast, so I had Georgia, Alabama, Florida, and South Carolina. So I'm working in Montgomery. And then I get a call, back then, I was in the van with a radio or whatever, this and that. And it's like these Piggly Wiggly stores, that's like a grocery stores down there, right? So I had to go and just put some product in the store with me. So I get the call on the radio, you want to film it. So I go, give me the film it. So I had to look at the map and I just drive. One of GPS back then. So I drive and I go across that bridge, bro. I felt the energy and I looked up. I said, oh, this is that bridge. But what I wanted to ask you is that lady that you pictured, that you showed the picture of this morning, you sure she ain't black?
She is not black, Jake. Hold on, I'm going to get her name for you.
Well, okay, what is black? What is black then?
Okay, so Jake.
What is black?
Jake,
she got
let me say
skin?
this. Jake, she's an Indian. She's Indian American. She Kamala. She whatever Kamala is, she purebred Kamala. How about that? Is that better? Because I know you trying to get me on the black thing, but bro, look.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying though. If you look at her, you didn't know that, but she black.
Yeah, Riis thought she was black.
Where's black, bro? Black is not a natural reality, bro. I'm looking at it go. Let me get back to your fun show, bro. But what is black?
That's why they use
black is not a nation, bro.
And that's why they use
black
color,
Jake.
That's why they use color.
Right
in there. You feel
Thank
me?
you.
That's why. That's why.
Absolutely, because black
African Americans.
Black. That's right. Black is a color, bro. You can't get around it. When you open up a crayon box, pull out the black one and say black color. That's where we get it from. I didn't mean to derail the show, but yeah, everything was a lot. Thank you.
All right, Jake, all the way from Houston. All right, that is Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal from Washington, D.C. I mean, from Washington, the state of Washington. Riis, she look black than a mug, don't she? Anyway, lie. Kamala Harris, biggest lie. Got away with it. President Obama got away with it. What is the biggest lie, Riis, that you have? Riis, you ever told a lie? Your cousin ever told a lie, Riis, not you.
I'd be lying if I said I never told a lie.
Riis.
Too many.
You ever got caught? In your mind, no.
In my, I got caught and still had the same. You gotta stay with it, man. You hit me in here, man. I'm gonna come up with something. Even if it's the most extreme, right? I give you one. Let's say me and my homie, we in college, and he's dating this girl. So, but he go see his ex, and when he come back, she bit him. It was like a big old bite mark. And now we got a double date with our girlfriends in like 4 days. And we know that she
bit him.
She bit him on the shoulder like a big old bite mark. I'm talking about it's so visible, like you can see his teeth, like it. So man, he's like, "What I'm gonna do?" And so I was like, listen, man, just tell her we was in the quad playing football and you ran and somebody ran into your shoulder with their mouth. And that's what we gonna hold on. You feel me? So it rolled. It probably, you know what I'm saying, got red flags. But this is where the lie broke down that they get into an argument. And I don't know why dudes do this. He was like, you know what? And that's why this ain't no woo. I had a girl and she bit me on the shoulder, right, DJ? I said, I don't know what you was talking about.
Why you bring him in?
We was clearly in the quad playing football, and somebody, you know, I stayed saying that to this day. I don't care. I was like, I don't know what y'all know. I remember him being in the quad. Yep. So man, I'm gonna always ride it. You know, I'm gonna ride it to the end. To the end. If you say it long enough, people start believing you.
No, they won't. No, they won't. No, they won't. They will have you asking yourself, am I crazy or is this nigga crazy? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. What is the biggest lie you've ever told? Riis, as an adult, under what circumstances do you feel like you have to lie? Are there any circumstances as an adult that you feel like you under as an adult? Like, and why do you, like, what makes you lie? Because you think you're going to get in trouble? What is the premise of, like, as an adult lying? Right? Tanil said, usually when you say, I'm going to call you right back, that's probably a lie. Okay.
That's a petty one, though. You know, like I hate when somebody say that, you know, like they get mad. Like you say, I'm going to call, like, obviously something came. Like, why you getting upset? Like, you know, you don't
that's just a way to get off the phone.
Right, but you know, I tell you, man, black people say anything to like get off the phone. I'm finna mop my blinds real quick. I'm gonna call you back. You know, black people that say, black people say anything.
Yesterday, I was trying to get
off the phone. I'm gonna walk my cat real quick. I'll be right back. Black people say anything to get off the phone.
I said I gotta get off this phone and watch this TV.
Right, you gotta say that. You can say anything. Like, all right, like black people.
I was like, please, like, where do you think the most lies occur? I think that might be the biggest lie ever.
Relationship. Usually, if you grown, you really only lie when you're like in relationships. Like I don't really see grown people lie unless they be telling. You know how you always have that one friend that tell them story that you know that like never happened.
Nigga, you lying?
Like,
you a lie?
Like really? Yeah, man, I did. Like, okay, but no, I don't think grown people should be lying. But usually, if it's a lie, it's probably in a relationship. You know, unless you turn on the Facebook. Like if you turn on Facebook, that's where the most lies lie. Okay, the most lies lie on Facebook because I swear, every one of your friends got it on Facebook. They all got it. They all got it on Facebook.
Oh, Lord. Does Facebook make more liars? Has it made more liars in the world?
For sure.
Lord have mercy. All right, give us a call, 872-259.
I got another call coming in.
They scared. They scared. They don't want to talk about them. It don't got to be you. It could be your cousin. I think have you ever been caught in a lie? Like, where you cold busted. You cold busted. Close your mouth because you cold busted. Don't go looking in that closet. Everything you got packed in right by the door. And what's the consequence? Like, how have you ever gotten caught in a lie? Give us a call, 872. Is the call up there? Oh, have you ever gotten caught in a lie? You ever been cold busted? Riis, you ever got cold busted?
Right, in a lie. Told one and had the evidence right there. I told a lot of my girl, and then another girl I had left a voicemail. This is why I don't leave voicemails no more. Ever. She was like, so you didn't, huh? She said, nah, and then play and heard me on the voicemail. I was like, man, that voice sound deep too, but that ain't me though. Like I'm gonna go. Say it
now,
like
was you okay, Riis? So Riis, you know it's very hard for you to play off your voice.
I know, but
Riis. So, like, how did it end? Like with a lie like that, how does it end?
Bad. Bad for two reasons. One, because I ain't folding. That is not. I don't know who that is. It is 20.
So you gonna ride the lie all the way, Riis? Is there ever do you ever feel like there's an exit ramp if you take? So let me ask the question.
Man, people can do that, man. I work here at audio all the time. I can take your voices from 8 shows and make my own voice, man. You know, man, you don't know what somebody did, man. This girl was creative. Text messages, I was like, man, they didn't Photoshop my number in here. Oh my God, like these people are getting so creative. Like she really Photoshopped my number.
So do you feel like, let me ask a question. There's a point when you do that where the person on the other end is either going to go or they're going to be like, oh, you must really think I'm stupid. Like, you know, like when you talking to your, like you ever when you was a kid and you was telling your mama a lie and it was sounding real good and she'd be like,
yep,
you must think I'm.
Too. I was going somewhere and I had took my girlfriend home on a bus and I was supposed to come home. So it took me like a long time to get home, but I was by my cousin's house. So he ended up dropping me off. So like I was like, man, just drop me off on the corner. But my auntie had ended up seeing me. I didn't think she was gonna call my mama. So she was like, where you been? I was like, oh no, you know, woo. So she was like, that's all? I was like, yeah. So she was like, well, your auntie called. Like, oh my God. Yeah.
Man, like, I'm gonna tell you, one time. So I had to walk home from school every day, right? And part of my job in walking home was to walk home and then I had to pick up my sister, right? And be home so in time for Tennille to get home. Right? And so like one time I got a ride and I thought, you know, getting a ride, but then my boy was dropping everybody off. So I got home last because I was the last one and Tennille had to go to Miss Understall's house. So Miss Understall, I'm like, okay, Tennille, you ain't got to say nothing to Dad. Don't say a word. Just be like, I got you. It was only like 5 minutes, 7 minutes, right? So I get Tennille home. I go to football practice. I come back. What happened today? Nothing. Everything go good? Yep. You sure? Yeah. Positive. You made it home on time? And you know, like they be giving you the off-ramp.
All the questions.
And you be like, once question number 2 come and it ain't in alignment, you just gotta go on.
Right,
I love you. Let me take this. Nah, I was late. Nope. Tennille told. Oh, Tennille was bogus. Tennille was bogus. She told. It was 5 minutes. It could have been between us. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, Riis. 5. But 5, it might as well have been 500 minutes.
So what you asked, I'm sure she tried to ask for something and you ain't give it to her or something.
No.
It was just like a quick ride.
It wasn't even, we didn't even operate like that. I was just like, don't say nothing, please.
She said she needed a disclaimer.
Please. I was like, really, Tennille? Like, you know, there's supposed to be that brother-sister alliance where at some point you be like, I got your back.
She said she ain't want old enough to understand the code yet.
He was late. Really? I was like, really, yo? For real? Like, you told 5 minutes, you told? And I had lied. I was like, oh, yeah, it was 2 weeks. 2 weeks, dog.
For 5 minutes.
5 minutes, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. All you had to do was not say, because the lady next door was, the lady next door was senile anyway. She wouldn't have remembered. But Tennille, yep. Dad, I had to go to Miss Understall's house because Maison was late. Oh, he was he? How late? I don't know.
It was a little because you know she said she was fast. It was a while.
Riis.
Did you tell her not to tell?
Yes. Yes, I did. Don't say nothing. Don't say a word. Really, Tennille? Thank you. Appreciate it. You know what? That's all right. It's okay, though.
People to say, listen, sis, don't say nothing. Tomorrow, I got you. I'm going to take you to get you some candy. I'm going to do something.
Riis, I wasn't up on the... Like, first of all, I'm mad I got to be home to pick you up anyway. Because I'm 16 years old. And I got to be home after school because I got to let you in the house. And you going to tell? I was 5 minutes late. One damn day I get a ride home. I got to walk 2 miles to school and back carrying all these books because I go to Bolingbrook. If I would have lived across the street, I could have got on the bus and they would have took me. I got to walk all the way to the other side of town and back. And 5 minutes I get a ride one damn day.
Somebody said they be your own people.
It do be your own people.
Y'all ain't
Look, I come home from work.
Y'all ain't right.
And I'm on punishment.
It be your own.
I'm on punishment. She in the bed talk about some.
I'm sorry.
No, she didn't even say I'm sorry. Man, you know what? Let's get to Juicy. We're gonna take a break and when we come back. Yeah. I mean, for 5 minutes, Riis. 2 weeks for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Sis, what's up? I think I was like, I can't wait till I go to college.
What's up?
I can't wait till I go to college. I was like, give me U of I. Give me a school. I'm getting up out of here. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break. Maze Jackson.
Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show? What's up?
Hi, this is Katie. How are you?
Hey! Okay, hold on. I'm going to make an official nomination right now that we make Katie the new president of the phone club. Riis, can I get a second from you, man?
I second it.
All right, it's been moved and properly seconded. Everybody tuned in on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. If you vote that Katie should be the new president of the phone club, please signify by saying aye. The ayes have it. Congratulations, you are now the new president of the phone club. Katie from Ashburn.
We did it. We did it. You're going to be the next president.
How you doing, boss
Thank
lady?
you. Fine. Thank you. I accept that nomination. Thank you.
All right. You got drafted.
Maze Jackson.
It's the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
Oh, baby. I mean, I know that you're here with me and everything, but since you just left a few hours ago, I've just been going crazy. And I done come to realize one thing. Oh, baby, I miss you. Must be some kind of drug, baby, 'cause it just keeps on calling me, and I just need a hit of your love. It's got me shaking and feeling for your touch. Baby, of you I can't get enough. It feels like I done OD'd on you, babe. I'm addicted for you. Can't stop loving, 'cause I can't get enough of you, babe. 'Cause I'm so addicted to you. This must be love. 'Cause I can't get enough of your love. I'm so addicted. Can't stop. I need you right now, baby. 'Cause I'm so addicted to you. You're always on my mind, every day. It's been too long since I had you in my arms, and I don't know if I can take any more of being without you. Even though it's only been an hour, it feels to me just like forever. And I am hoping that I can see you soon. I'm so addicted. Lord have mercy. I can't be without you, baby. Oh no, not for a minute, not for an hour. I can't get enough. I need to check myself into some kind of rehab. 'Cause I need some help. Somebody help me, please. Please. Ooh. La 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 la. I need to testify this evening. Oh Lord, have you ever loved somebody so much that you just can't get them off your mind? Oh, I'm so addicted. Oh Lord, 'cause I can't stop loving you, my baby. Oh darling, oh darling, I love you, I love you. This must be love. I've been overdosed on your loving. Can't stop loving you. I done overdosed on my baby. So addicted to you. Without you, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Ooh, I'm addicted.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
What's in it for the black people? 'Cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to life, can't toast no more. I told y'all, yeah, this a dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze and Riis and Ruthie and Ty, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect you oppressed and solve wrong.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'll be your host, Maze Jackson, and I don't even know what to call this dude. We ain't seen him in about 16 years, but he is back in the building joining the conversation.
You could call me sir.
I think that's reversed, but I'll take it. It is the man, Todrick Stroger, in the building. Ty, where you been? How you doing, man? We bring the plane down just a little bit, because we got to pick him up. Did he parachute in? What's going on, Todd? How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing great. You know, I had to go to Robin, so it's impossible, as I learned early, to come to the show, go to work, and not fall asleep. That's the only reason I don't come.
Story of my life, man. Story of my life. I know.
But you're an entrepreneur. You make your time.
You know what? They say that, but nobody who starts at 9 cares about what you did from 4 till 9. Right. So they be like, 6 o'clock, 6:30. Man, yesterday, I think I woke up this morning and the mayor called me, and I was like, I don't even remember the phone ringing. Cause it's like I sit in the chair at like 7:30, and if I'm in the chair at 7:30, 7:45, I am nodding.
Yes.
Like, so it's part of the reason I think I'm going to adjust the time of the show. And we're gonna talk about that probably a little bit later on. It may not be today, but I feel like this time puts me, while I like the time, it puts me at an awkward space, and I don't know that I want to go through a whole nother summer. Not being scared of the clock, if that makes sense. Like the clock is at 6 o'clock, and it's like I'm like running to the house, not because of anything bad, but it's like I don't even want to talk about anything that's happening after 6 o'clock. And there's just so much. And so I don't know if it's afternoon drive or, 9 to 11 or 1 to 3, wherever we go, I think our audience will come with us. But I think.
No, but I get you because I used to feel if I was in the house at 8, I didn't feel right.
Right. I mean, and I mean, like literally, I start getting antsy. Like, wait a minute. It's past.
Like you're a heroin addict?
Not like that, but I do feel a certain way when it comes to that. So, man, but Todd, it's good to see you, man. I a lot of times I go out. They're starting to not do it as much, but people, I was like, "How's Todd doing? How's Todd doing?" It was funny. I was talking to somebody else last night, and he was like, "Hey, did you know Todd was in Robbins?" I was like, yeah,
yeah,
like, yeah. Well, I had no idea, and I was there to make a presentation. I was like, I knew. Yeah. Small world, but it's good stuff. So, Todd, man, how is life in the return to government, man?
It's nice. I enjoy it. I think we have a good group of people. It's interesting working with young people. The mayor's, as you well know, I mean, he's just turned 30, so it's interesting having a young leader. He's got a lot of energy. Maybe not a lot of trust yet. But that comes with time. As you work with people, you find that you're going to have to trust more people. But other than that, besides that, we put out a fire like every day. It's great.
Hey, man, well, it's what you got a fire department for. That's what you get a team together for, right? To make positive change and to make good stuff happen.
That's
I'm
right.
excited to see all the great stuff that you guys have going on, and it's good to see headway, like starting to dig through the pile.
Yes.
Right? And it's like, obviously, when you got 20 years, 30 years, trying to get to the bottom of the pile is something. Look, the mayor like, did I tell you could go to work today? I'm the mayor. I'm the boss around this mud. All right, man. Well, Todd, it's good that you came today because I do think you'll add some balance to the conversation. So I want to...
Anything to save Tennille.
Tennille, well, first of all,
I missed the part what you must have done to you when you were young. But
Riis, I mean, Todd, did you and your brother have a code? Did y'all, or were you and your so I had to come home every day to get my sister
because you're the big brother,
right? Responsibility I took seriously,
right?
But I also, Todd, had to walk to and from school every day, like. Literally 2 miles. It's not to be funny. I literally had a damn near a 2-mile walk.
I get it.
Because I went to Bolingbrook, and if I lived across the street, I would have had a bus. But because of where I lived, I had to go to the local school, which thank God I did. It made me tougher, whatever. But one day I finally get a ride home, and the person that's giving me the ride home, it's like that time when everybody's starting to get their license and then their parents give them the car, and now you could drive to school and back. And so now the only thing you can do is drive to school and back. So you put as many people in the car so it gives you a reason to drive. So I was the last one because I lived the furthest away. So I was 5 minutes late. And so the emergency plan was if I was late, you go to the next door neighbor. She holds you until I come.
Right.
5 minutes. Todd. I say to Neil, whatever you do, just don't tell Dad.
whatever
you do, just don't tell Dad. It's right? Like you ain't been here, you ain't even got your book bag off. She ain't even make you eat none of the stale sandwiches. The cat hair ain't on you, nothing. Just don't say nothing. Get her to the house. She good. My dad is there, no problems. I go to work. Come back home, and it's like you come home at like 9 o'clock, and the old man is sitting in the chair. How'd the day go today? Oh, shit.
That's a bad sign.
Like, why you don't ask me about my day unless you want to ruin it? I was good. How was school? Great. How was work? Excellent. Anything you want to tell me? No. You asked me, did I want to tell you? No.
Right. I don't want to tell you nothing.
I don't want to tell you nothing. You sure? 2 weeks, Todd. 5 minutes. I got 2 weeks grounding.
Wow.
For 5 minutes.
Harsh. 5 minutes in young and little people's time is like an hour.
I understand. And 2 weeks in like a 16-year-old's time is like a year.
Yeah, that's a long time.
2 weeks to be grounded. For 5 minutes, Todd! 5 minutes! And Tennille told, like, there's supposed to be an understanding. Like, you don't, like, it's me and you against the parents.
I think you got Jesse Smollett. At least that's what people on Facebook are like. He got too much time, so I guess you got too much time, bro.
I got juicy. I got too much. I got grounded one time for the whole summer. I had straight A's and 1 B, and I got grounded for the whole summer.
For the B?
No, because I hid the report card because I had all checks.
What do you mean, like behavior?
He talks in class, doesn't cooperate, doesn't, right? Yeah, it was crazy.
How can you not cooperate and get all A's pretty much?
Because I used to get straight A's, and then I would get up and go talk to everybody else because it was easy work.
Yep.
And then it would be like, but realistically, what I really think is I was a
prodigy.
Not a prodigy, but I do feel like I had a lot. I was a young
Sheldon.
I don't know who Young Sheldon is, but
you don't watch that show? Oh well, go ahead.
No, I don't. But I feel like I did have a lot of stuff in me that the teachers didn't know how to handle.
Right, obviously.
Right, like I figured out a way to sell pencil shavings to the kids in class and made it have a value, and they were all paying me for the pencil shavings. Like they would sharpen their pencils, I would let them sharpen their pencils. I would take it out and I would put it in a pencil box, and however, I don't know how it was, and if I had lead in it, like then I would get more. Then I learned how to hustle football pencils, because remember the pencil machine, and we had like teams. So I would get pencils out of the pencil machine so I could get the whole NFL, and then I would sell you, like when the NFL lunch boxes, I would sell you the pencil for your favorite team to go in your lunchbox, and with that would come a bunch of pencil shavings, and it was extra value. Yeah, I was. Hey, I don't know how right, but they would be like, "Are you really selling these to these kids?" And they would like, and I was trading. It was like actually for notebook paper. Right, and how much notebook paper you had was like how rich you were in class, and so if you had like a stack of notebook paper,
so you had all the cigarettes.
Man, you it's interesting what becomes of value,
right?
But whatever it was, I had the most of the value, and then Miss Ruppel wrote my name on the board and said, "This can't possibly be." And then to Neil, 5 minutes. I mean, I got a ride home. I finally made it to the cool kid club with somebody where I didn't have to walk, because, the lame kids had to walk, and I finally crossed that bridge. Back in the 80s and 90s where you was on one side or the other, and then finally you made it to the cool kid side, so I got to get a ride home with the cool kids.
No, I don't remember that part.
Oh.
Getting over to the other side. No.
Yeah, I made it to, that's when I dropped out of all the honors classes and was like, I don't want to be smart anymore. I just want to be with the black people. That's crazy.
That's an awful thing to say.
But I mean, I felt it. Like, yeah. I mean, it was, I never had more fun in school than once I stopped being like, I don't want to be smart anymore. I just want to be with the kid. I just want to be with the black people. And I had so much fun my junior and senior year. I was like, I never knew school was like this. I did not know this is what y'all did over here. I wish I could have been in these classes. Oh, I would have been having a great time.
Yeah, too bad there wasn't a way to walk the line.
Well, I think you gotta.
Anyway, being both worlds.
Well, I think you learned that. I learned that now.
Worlds.
Right. I feel like I've learned that. All right, so man, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man Todd. Todd, I'm sorry to hear about your boys getting whooped yesterday.
Who that?
St. Ignatius. Y'all went to the tournament and y'all lost.
No, they're going today.
I thought they lost yesterday.
Excuse me. You know why?
Bolingbrook is going today.
You know why I'm here?
Why?
Because Claire caught the bus at 6:30.
Oh, straight up. She going down to Champaign?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Bolingbrook is going. I might still jump in the car and just.
Bolingbrook's going. What are they going for? Huh? They got tickets?
Well, we coming to kick St. Ignatius ass. How about that? Yeah, I don't want no Bolingbrook. Yeah, St. Ignatius don't want to see no parts of Bolingbrook. They
can't wait to see a suburban school.
That's how we feel about seeing city schools. We'd be like, oh, please give us them. Please, please, please. All right, man. So look, Todd, you came in on a perfect time because I want to talk about Juicy Smooyay.
Ah, my man.
That's your man? Okay, careful how you say that, man, because he might take that seriously.
Well, to be honest with you, I didn't really know who he was because I don't watch a lot of shows.
Okay.
But when I heard Dave Chappelle, He became one of my favorite characters, actually.
How about the judge referenced that yes, he was like, you have made us the butt of jokes. Comedians from all around the world are. I mean, he was literally talking about Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
So okay, so first of all, okay, can I be honest?
I like you best that way.
And realistically, I don't lie anymore. It's like, what I'm gonna do? Get in trouble? What you gonna do? So I was thinking, Todd, I feel like I'm perplexed in this situation. I feel like Juicy should have got a week. Right? Like, I don't know that I agree with him getting 150 days. But I do feel like Juicy lied. Now, have other people lied? Yes, they have.
Of course.
And I feel weird even saying that what he did, to me, was really wrong and deserved a punishment. Mm-hmm. I do. I don't know that the punishment that he got was equivalent, but I do feel like for the trouble that he caused, paying $20,000 was not going to, I don't want to say make him have remorse, but I don't feel like he would have felt that. I feel like he would not have been inconvenienced at all by that. And it
would be like me putting $20 and saying, okay, bye.
Right. I do feel like there should have been a penalty for what he did. Right? And I really feel like there's a penalty for what he did because, and I do, like, I hate to have the white boy say all the stuff because it's like, I felt like listening to the white people was almost like they had a salient argument, but it was based in racism to me. Right? So your argument is a real argument and it is salient, but I cannot hear it coming from you knowing everything that you've done. Mm-hmm. But I do feel like Juicy is pimping the black plight right now. There are real issues for, like, think about in the face of Ahmaud Arbery being literally lynched.
Right, literally.
And then Juicy taking this tack. Now imagine somebody trying to conflate those two, which white people will definitely do.
Right.
That wasn't no lynching. That was you, Juicy Smooyay. That stated, Todd, so I'm perplexed because I feel like Juicy owe black people, not white people. Like, I'm mad at the white people, but like somewhere in the world, he need to be taken around the back and get a switch. Mm-hmm. Like, dog, you lied. You put us all in jeopardy. You fronted. Look, dog. Everybody knew day one you was a lie. Todd, we did the show. We were doing the show. I was like, ain't nobody from and you kept the sandwich. And you kept the. Remember, we was like, and you kept the sandwich. That is what made us know.
Right.
So I back up. Do we think that Juicy was telling the truth, or do you think he's lying? And let me, Riis, I got a video that I want to play very quickly before, and it's on the road, so you don't got to switch over yet. But Todd, this is Juicy on his final exit. Now this is after 2 trials, after all the evidence, after everything.
Right.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Here is
talking to Riis, but I still say that.
Here is the audio.
Suicidal. I am not suicidal. I am innocent, and I am not suicidal. If I did this, then it means that I stuck my fist in the fears of black Americans in this country for over 400 years and the fears of the LGBTQ community. Your Honor, I respect you and I respect the jury, but I did not do this. And I am not suicidal. And if anything happens to me when I go in there, I did not do it to myself, and you must all know that.
Todd, I gotta tell you, man. It's like I feel like he is invoking so much. Let me play that for you one more time. Think about what he is invoking right now. Like 400 years?
Right.
Right? Like, if I'm not suicidal, Sandra Bland,
Yeah.
right? You are triggering every nigga. You lie. Let me play this for you one more time.
Suicidal. Okay? I am not suicidal. I am innocent.
Sandra Bland.
I am not suicidal. If I did this, then it means that I stuck my fist in the fears of black Americans in this country for over 400 years and the fears of the LGBTQ community. Your Honor, I respect you and I respect the jury, but I did not do this. And I am not suicidal. And if anything happens to me when I go in there, I did not do it to myself. And you must all know that.
He is a drama queen.
Somebody did say he needed an Emmy for this
Like,
performance.
I mean, that's why I feel like that's why the judge was performing.
Uh-huh.
Now let me back up. I feel like he is playing the role, and you hitting it right. Like he is a political prisoner.
Right.
Like as if he is the champion, the face of, like, I feel like he is taking advantage of the George Floydness of the world in the state that we're in, the black, like I feel like he is trying to position himself as he embodies Trayvon, Mike Brown, and every black person that was lynched.
Yes.
Dog, you can't, like, I gotta be honest with you. I feel a certain kind of way with him. I really do. I do not feel as though you can invoke. Now, let me back up. If you believe that what he said happened to him, then I'm going to leave you alone. But if you don't believe that he said what happened to him, but he is trying to shame the world into believing him because of the pain and suffering of black people somewhere else. Bro, he is not Emmett Till. He is not George Floyd. He is not Mike Brown. He is not any Walter Scott. He is not any of the people that were literally lynched or murdered or maimed by the police. He is not the guy that we watched the police let that dog eat alive.
Right.
Now, you gonna walk up and try and after you done got busted, got caught, Kim Fox is off they gonna use this, they gonna ride this bad boy to the rails. And one more time. Mm-hmm. Now, first of all, if you believe Juicy didn't do it, I want you to call me. Now, after you've been caught in the lie, everybody is on blast. All of this stuff has happened. It's the last, cuz it's over. Like, you are officially a convicted felon, and on the way out the door, after being caught for lying, and I'm not saying nobody's ever lied, but look at what he is invoking or trying to leverage as the reason for, he's trying to invoke white guilt, leveraging real people who were murdered.
Yes.
Let me give it to you one more again. Ready, Riis?
I am not suicidal. Okay? I am not suicidal. I am innocent.
Nobody said you was, man.
If I did this, then it means that I stuck my fist in the fears of black Americans in this country for over 400 years and the fears of the LGBTQ community. Your Honor, I respect you and I respect the jury, but I did not do this. And I am not suicidal. And if anything happens to me when I go in there, I did not do it to myself. And you must all know that.
He sounds like a political prisoner, doesn't he?
Is he?
In his mind, maybe. I told you I laughed like nobody's business when Dave Chappelle said that stuff, because I was like, he's right. I didn't believe him from day one, so that's why black people didn't make a big fuss. Everyone looked at it and like, no, this doesn't look right.
And quietly to me, he could have just pled, took his lumps, and went on about his business.
Right.
In my estimation, this is one of those things where Riis be talking about where we be saying free Pookie.
Free Pookie.
But we know Pookie. But now I'm not saying he needed to do 150 days. But
150 days is 5 months. I mean,
hey, bro,
a day is a long time.
Hey, homie. Never underestimate when the door closed.
Oh, no. A day would be a long, well, actually an hour would be a minute would be a long time for me. But 5 months compared to, I guess, what he could have got, what was it, like 13 years?
He could have got 3 years for each count.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Whew. He got off lucky.
Now, when we come back, I want to play a couple videos of the special prosecutor.
Is that my phone making noise? I don't even know.
Yeah, because we don't do that. Probably got to be yours because we don't usually have these problems. You come in here now, we got all this stuff going on.
I get notifications. I don't even know what they are. I'm like, what is this?
All right, look. As long as it ain't Pornhub, you good. Look, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, I got 2 videos I want you to see of the special prosecutor. And I want you to tell me what the difference was. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break. If you're a business professional, have you ever wanted to multitask on your way to an important meeting instead of navigating through traffic? Fellowship Fleet Limousine and Bus Company is your solution for chauffeured ground transportation. Our company provides sedans, SUVs, stretch limousines, vans, and buses for corporate travel, airport transfers, and group shuttles. If you're a corporate travel manager, individual business professional, event, or meeting planner, relax. Let us take the wheel. Visit fellowshipfleet.com to book right now. Maze Jackson.
Tune in to the Maze Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m. where you can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Plus, from 6:30 to 8, you can get us on WBGX 1570 a.m. That's right, it's the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, Maze said. We out of here. Peace.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 7:37 a.m. I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area's traffic and weather report. As we head over to the Kennedy now, O'Hare to the Loop is 40 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 25. On the Edens, inbound from Deerfield to Exchange will be 46 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield will be 32. While the Eisenhower is 49 minutes. Thorndale to the Loop, 36 minutes back out. Only Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 45 minutes. Outbound will be 33. The Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan will be 40 minutes. 38 minutes to I-80, while the Dan Ryan is 22 minutes to the Loop. 13 minutes still to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive, 55th to Jackson will be 9 minutes. Jackson to 55th will be 7. On the north side, Randolph to Bryn Mawr 8, Bryn Mawr 2, Randolph 9 minutes. Today's weather, it is currently 23 and mostly cloudy. Today will be a high of 36 with a low of 16. I'm Riis the Ruler. Now back to the Maze Jackson Show.
You're shutting it down everywhere you go. Girl, I want you as bad as I wanna check. Cause you're sexy from head to toe. Girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me all that you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your bodyguard, not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put your grown on.
You are listening to the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. And sitting in today with us is old Todd Stroger, back in the building, sitting in the spot. Ruthie gonna be mad you sitting in her chair. She gonna be, what you doing in my chair? She probably gonna come up in here in a minute.
Ruthie and I like this, man.
Right, but you can't be like this in that chair. Oh, no, this way. It's the Mace Jackson Show. This Mace Jackson, Todd Stroger, and DJ Riis the Ruler in the building. Riis, I can't lie to you, man. I feel a certain way about Juicy Smooyay. And I understand why black people are outraged a little bit. Not outraged. There's a range of emotions. Like, I really wish we could have put Juicy on house arrest for ourselves without doing it with the white people. Like, hey, man, come around the back here. Go ahead, take this whooping, and then you can go back out and play. But you got a whooping. Cause you ever had a whooping and then you can go back out and play after you took the whooping?
My wife is calling me for the second time. That means I have to take it.
Okay. She like, I told you to stay away from that damn Mace Jackson. Don't you? You got a good paycheck. Well, in the meantime, Riis, I'm going to play a video of the special prosecutor immediately following. Man, go out the hallway. Anyway. I'm going to play a video of the special prosecutor. Riis, you got the computer queued up? Let's get the computer queued up. And I want you to hear him immediately following the Juicy Smooyay. And I want you to pay attention to the language that is used here. All right? Ready? Here we go.
Well, we just had and concluded a very important sentencing hearing.
He seems kind of happy, too.
Case, and the Office of Special Prosecutor is extraordinarily pleased with the result today. Judge Lynn, in his comments, made it clear that he has accepted our office's position that this was a very serious underlying course of criminal misconduct, and that beyond just the nature of that criminal misconduct of lying to police, that the collateral consequences of what Mr. Smollett did was to harm other gays and blacks because his conduct denigrated hate crimes. His conduct will discourage others who are the victims of hate crimes from coming forward and reporting those crimes to law enforcement and pursuing them. That was our position as to why this was a very underlying serious criminal course of misconduct which had significant collateral consequences. The court today, with this sentence, by imposing a significant jail sentence, by imposing the maximum amount of restitution, by imposing the maximum fine, and by imposing the maximum amount of probation, this judge clearly, in his comments, made it clear that he clearly has understood from the evidence we presented at trial that this was a course of conduct that deserved severe punishment based on the conviction that was obtained from the jury. Questions?
What did you think about his outburst?
Well, I wasn't quite sure. I'm not going to interpret the outburst. I'm not going to interpret it. I don't know exactly what he was referring to, and I'm not going to interpret it.
That was Special Prosecutor Dan Webb, and he was planning on responding to Riis. I'm sorry, you got to come back. The outburst. Come back to the other one. Riis, I'm coming back to the video on the road. I need you to watch me because we're gonna be switching back and forth. So Juicy, the outburst that Dan Webb was responding to or was talking about was the one that I just showed you, which was this one. We ready? This one right here.
I am not suicidal. I am innocent, and I am not suicidal. If I did this, then it means that I stuck my fist in the fears of black Americans in this country for over 400 years and the fears of the LGBTQ community. Your Honor, I respect you and I respect the jury, but I did not do this. And I am not suicidal. And if anything happens to me when I go in there, I did not do it to myself. And you must all know that.
So, Riis, then we're going to go back to the computer because I'm going to play the video of Dan Webb a few years ago. We ready? Back to the thing. All right, here we go. Here is the same special prosecutor that I just showed you, though, guys. And I think it's interesting. He was assigned as a special prosecutor years ago. Hey, does the name Robert Vaneco ring a bell with you, Todd?
It does with me.
I don't know if the name Robert Vaneco rings a bell with you all, but I'm going to play
question. Should the grand jury
video
files in the death of David Koshman
Remember
be
this
made
story?
public? The question's now before the Illinois Appellate Court in the case that captured headlines and in 2014 sent the nephew of former Mayor Richard Daley to jail. Tonight, the special prosecutor in the Koshman case, Dan Webb, tells our Carol Marine he is firmly against releasing the files.
Why won't you release the investigative records on the Koshman case?
Grand jury proceedings are secret, and I'm not going to change the law of Illinois because the press wants to have access to information that they're not allowed to get in any other case.
The decade-long mystery of how David Koshman died has been resolved, but other questions remain. In 2004, the 21-year-old from Mount Prospect was drinking on Division Street when an argument ensued, and R.J. Van Echo, the nephew of then Mayor Daley, threw the single punch that ultimately ended Koshman's life. Nearly 10 years later, Van Echo pled guilty to a charge of involuntary manslaughter and received a 6-month sentence.
6 months involuntary manslaughter.
Dan Webb, who got that conviction.
The whole investigation, in my mind, was to find out what happened with David Koshman.
In 2011, Chicago's Sun-Times reporters Tim Novak and Chris Fusco, along with NBC5 News, first raised questions about Koshman's death, leading to Webb's appointment as a special prosecutor and leading to Van Echo's plea. From the outset, Nancy Koshman, David's mother, believed no charges had been brought by Chicago police or the Cook County State's Attorney's Office because of Van Echo's political lineage.
I want them to say they're sorry. I want nobody's ever said they're sorry.
Attorneys representing Nancy Koshman called it political clout. Last year, the Better Government Association asked that all investigative records be unsealed, and it is now before the appellate court. In our interview, Webb steadfastly denied any political considerations intruded in his investigation. In Chicago, there really is a question of whether the politically privileged still get protection. The Daleys were not called to the grand jury, for instance.
There was no one given any political privilege whatsoever. We took that investigation wherever it led. There was no evidence. There was no evidence that Mayor Daley or anyone else in the mayor's office tried to influence the result of that case.
The city ultimately settled a wrongful death suit brought by Nancy Koshman for $250,000.
I felt deeply about that case and about her right to find out the truth of what happened and not let that case go. I didn't let it go.
In the BGA lawsuit, a lower court released some records but denied others. The appellate court is sorting all this out. And as for Dan Webb at 72, he says he's got no immediate plans to slow down. Carol Marine, NBC5 News.
Same dude. What's the difference? So here, when you think, so it's not lost on me, right? And I really don't want to throw anybody. I'm not trying to go body slam backwards, but it's not lost on me. So in this Juicy Smooyay piece where I am bothered by Juicy's invoking of our pain and suffering to his advantage, it is not lost on me that the same prosecutor and the same group of self-righteous people felt that this was the hill that they were going to die on or make their mark. And I think what my problem is that Juicy Smooyay gave the racists what they want, in that they can minimize. They tired of this black stuff. Like the blacks and the gays and all. You heard him say the blacks and the gays. What he did was, so now Dan Webb is defending blacks and gays. No, they're tired of hearing all this stuff. But all of a sudden, now they felt that the whole court system was undermined. This dude, they got this dude 6 months and he didn't even have to go to county jail. He served it at a local jail in a neighborhood. in a suburb because of his privilege. But now this same special prosecutor, the other dude killed somebody.
Right.
Killed. Dead. And now now the whole justice system is undermined. Think about this. Juicy got almost the same amount of time as Vaneco. And if he got to serve it in county, like Riis said, it's day for day. So he did 3 months. Now, I'm not even really trying to invoke Vaneco, but I could not watch both of these videos and see this dude acting self-right. Like, and for y'all, our audience, who probably didn't even recognize or connect because you ain't even thinking about Dan Webb. He is called on as a special prosecutor to do the job that needs to be done, depending on who. So the same special prosecutor that needed to get to the bottom of Juicy Smooyay and wanted to get justice because the system was undermined is the same dude that found that at the end of the day ensured that this boy got 6 months for murder, for second-degree manslaughter. And this is where Juicy is a jackass. He is. I'm sorry. Y'all can try and protect him. And this is a perfect case of what Riis always talks about, us trying to defend Pookie when we know Pookie is a lie. Juicy Smooyay is a lie. He lied. And this performance, come on back to me, Riis, out the road. This performance of him with this whole are we suggesting? Yeah, I'm gonna play it.
I am not suicidal. I am innocent, and I am not.
Sandra Bland.
If I did this, then it means that I stuck my fist in the fears of Black Americans in this country for over 400 years, and the fears of the LGBTQ community. Your Honor, I respect you, and I respect the jury, but I did not do this, and I am not suicidal. And if anything happens to me when I go in there, I did not do it to myself. And you must all know.
Yes, you did. Talk to me. Give me a call. 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Ty, tell me what you think.
Well, I definitely think you're right about the Vaneco case. I mean, I know people who've been sent to jail for manslaughter, and they got like years, like 10 years. They may not have served 10 years, maybe they served 5 years, but I mean, they were in jail. Yeah, it was. I mean, that definitely was that kind of white privilege. Oh, this kid has a future. Why would we, send him to jail type of thing to it? Dan Webb. Oh, he's from Macomb. That's where he grew up. He didn't
Western Illinois. So he really didn't like y'all because Western. All the Negroes that went to Western. I'm gonna stop.
Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is, right on the face. I mean, I totally agree with you. There was privilege in that case, and I think we all know that justice isn't fair. There is no true fair justice. It's not melded out the same way for everybody.
How does... So I guess, I was listening to the judge yesterday. And he was talking about Shiloh Gray. What was the judge? That was a retired judge. That was a citizen that was just so offended by what happened in the Juicy Smooyay case that she had to speak up, and she filed her own thing.
I remember her, yeah.
And she was the judge, and she had to have her own thing. And really, let's be clear, a lot of this started with the Bill Conway race, right? With Kim Foxx versus Bill Conway.
Right.
And this was ginned up during that time as a part of the space.
Just trying to make her look bad.
Right. Which Juicy did.
Yeah, he helped with that.
And he still is. Because
yes.
he, at a certain point, dog, you tap out because you blowing up the whole spot now.
Yeah, her name pops up whenever his name pops up.
Yes. So now you got to think, though, Todd. For me, it is to watch this happen I need to understand, like, I want to know how many of the people that were so offended by what happened with Juicy Smooyay, like this group of that this judge was talking about, these lawyers and these people, how many of them were there during John Burge? How many of them were there during Anita Alvarez? And how many of them there? What was all of these people's opinion when Jason Van Dyke walked away? Because Jason Van Dyke is out, right? So this is the same, and he got out in Black History Month. But this is the same. It is. Did you see Dan Webb when he talked about Juicy? Like, and again, the same dude that justified. I gotta play this again. Riis, come back to the computer, and then we're gonna take the caller. But I want you to hear again the same dude that defended someone getting 6 months for manslaughter, felt that the entire justice system was at risk because of Juicy Smooyay. Let me play him back one more time. And look at him. And the other thing I gotta say is, if he's doing this at 80.
72, I think.
No, 72 was the Vaneco case.
Oh, he's 80 now? Wow, he old.
So Vaneco was 2014. This is 2022. So now I want you to take the mentality of an 80-year-old white man who started as a federal prosecutor talking about this nigga that's out here.
No, he wasn't a federal prosecutor. He was the U.S. attorney for the Northern District.
That's what I mean.
That's big stuff.
That's the federal prosecutor.
Yeah, but he's the boss. He makes sure everybody goes to jail. That's his job.
Let me play him one more time.
I just want to play him up a little bit.
Okay.
Had and concluded a very important sentencing hearing on the Smooyay case.
Look at his face. He's smiling.
Office of Special Prosecutor is extraordinarily pleased with the result today. Judge Lynn, in his comments, made it clear that he has accepted our office's position that this was a very serious underlying course of criminal misconduct, and that beyond the nature of that criminal misconduct of lying to police, that the collateral consequences of what Mr. Smollett did was to harm other gays and blacks because his
gays and blacks. I'm just telling you. 80
hate crimes. His conduct will discourage others who are the victims of hate crimes from coming forward and reporting those crimes to law enforcement and pursuing them. That was our position as to why this was a very underlying, serious criminal course of misconduct which had significant collateral consequences. The court today, with this sentence, by imposing a significant jail sentence, by imposing the maximum amount of restitution, by imposing the maximum fine, and by imposing the maximum amount of probation, this judge clearly, in his comments, made it clear that he clearly has understood from the evidence we presented at trial that this was a course of conduct that deserved severe punishment based on the conviction that was obtained from the jury.
Okay, that's that guy, right? Now remember, this is all he said, and this was for lying to the feds or lying to the government. Now let's go back to the same guy when the case is manslaughter, right? The case is manslaughter, and this is the same dude, and I got to make sure we play it back again, and then I'm gonna go to your calls because I don't know how you justify it.
Be made public. The question's now before the Illinois Appellate Court in the case that captured headlines and in 2014 sent the nephew of former Mayor Richard Daley to jail. Tonight, the special prosecutor in the Koshman case, Dan Webb, tells our Carol Marine he is firmly against releasing the files.
Why won't you release the investigative records on the Koshman case?
Grand jury proceedings are secret, and I'm not going to change the law of Illinois because the press
wants to have access to information that they're not allowed to get in any other case.
The decade-long mystery of how David Koshman died has been resolved, but other questions remain. In 2004, the 21-year-old from Mount Prospect was drinking on Division Street when an argument ensued, and R.J. Van Echo, the nephew of then Mayor Daley, threw the single punch that ultimately ended Koshman's life. Nearly 10 years later, Van Echo pled guilty to a charge of involuntary manslaughter and received a 6-month sentence.
6 months.
It was attorney Dan Webb who got that conviction.
The
For
whole
6 months.
investigation, in my mind, was to find out what happened with David Koshman.
In 2011, Chicago Sun-Times reporters Tim Novak and Chris Fusco, along with NBC5 News, first raised questions about Koshman's death, leading to Webb's appointment as a special prosecutor and leading to Van Echo's plea. From the outset, Nancy Koshman, David's mother, believed no charges had been brought by Chicago police or the Cook County State's Attorney's Office because of Van Echo's political lineage.
I want them to say they're sorry. I want nobody's ever said they're sorry.
Attorneys representing Nancy Koshman called it political clout. Last year, the Better Government Association asked that all investigative records be unsealed, and it is now before the appellate court. In our interview, Webb steadfastly denied any political considerations intruded in his investigation.
In Chicago, there really is a question of whether the politically privileged still get protection. The Daleys were not called to the grand jury, for instance.
There was no one given any political privilege whatsoever. We took that investigation wherever it led. There was no evidence. There was no evidence that Mayor Daley or anyone else in the mayor's office tried to influence the result of that case.
The city ultimately settled a wrongful death suit brought by Nancy Koshman for $250,000.
I felt deeply about that case and about her right to find out the truth of what happened and not let that case go. I didn't let it go.
In the BGA lawsuit, a lower court released some records but denied others. The appellate court is sorting all this out. And as for Dan Webb at 72, he says he's got no immediate plans to slow down.
Todd, 72. Is he a company man?
Well, to be honest with you, I think it's not really more about Dan Webb. It's more about how does that case take 10 years to get to trial? How does somebody who killed somebody in the street?
Well, how about once they found it out, Dan Webb negotiated. So he got 5 months for Juicy. He got 6 months for Van Echo.
I get what you're saying. I'm just saying that there's something wrong with a system where somebody can kill somebody on the street and it takes 10 years for there even to be somebody appointed to, excuse me, even try to prosecute.
But
even if he did a bad job.
But the point in even the Dan Webb piece was, in my estimation, we know why it took 10 years to get there, because it was politically connected. And then essentially, once it was dredged up, then they needed someone to put it to bed safely. What they did not want to do was go get all of the information and be like, who was all involved? Who were the people? So essentially, and this, guys, to me is the Madigan thing too, right? It's the moment where you say, okay, let me cut my losses here because I could lose way more. So let me go ahead and take this 6-month deal. Mm-hmm. Because if I don't take this 6-month deal, well, Dan Webb was a company man, so he wasn't going to go too much further. However, again, if I don't take this deal, more of this could come, and it could splash my uncle, like my niece, right? Now, if they start putting pressure, Dan Webb wasn't the feds. So he didn't have the ability. He was a special prosecutor, so he had subpoena power, but he knew what to subpoena and what to ask and what not to ask. What I'm telling you is, company man, does this not seem very Madigan-esque, right? We didn't do anything wrong. We didn't see anything. There was nothing. What we did was completely right. We felt very strongly. We were fighting Bruce Rauner using our criminal enterprise. Let's go to the phone lines. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. Caller? Hello? Hello?
Hey, good morning, man. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's up, James?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Todd? Welcome back, brother. We miss you, man. We need that balance in there, man.
I appreciate it.
Hey, man. Man, you know what? This is why F with you. I should say that is because this assessment that you just made will not be made nowhere else, nowhere down the aisle, or nowhere. You're not going to see this on the news, and a lot of people forget the wickedness and the hypocriticalness of this system we're dealing with. Justice Smooyay is a joke. He's a freaking goofball. But did he deserve time? I say no. But when you're dealing with a wicked system like he's got in there with, they are very vindictive. White people are very, very, very hateful and very vindictive. And I think what that brother was doing was telling the world, look, if I go back behind these walls and something happens to me, which history shows, it's a possibility that there's nothing wrong with me. These folks killed me because that's how vindictive they are. They hate when you put a mirror in front of them. Their sickness is, they are so in denial of their sickness, and that's what makes it a sickness. Trust me, I think that's what that brother was doing. Like, no, I'm not suicidal. There's nothing wrong with me. So if you hear about anything happening to me, I didn't do it. I don't think he's crazy. I think he knew exactly what he did because he was thinking about the Sandra Brand and all these brothers and sisters that died in custody of police or in custody of this system. So, yes, I think that's exactly what he's doing. But I am so glad, brother, you made this assessment because I wish your platform reached throughout the world because this assessment will not be made nowhere else. Thanks, brother.
Thank you, man. I see what I feel like you're watching is Dan Webb to me in this case is the white. It felt like a Dick Mill moment. Like the whites are still in charge here, right? Like we not finna let these Negroes, and they went and got the most respected. How is he the most respected? Because he was a company man, right? Like I think what's happening is, what happened was the old white power structure got together and said this is a perfect tool to use for Kim Foxx. Mm-hmm. Right? They said this is a perfect tool to use. Now, it didn't work for the Conway situation, but it caused enough collateral damage that they stretched it out. And using the respected old white man who, again, like to me, look, if you tell me this dude is 80 years old, then I got to take 80 years off of where he is and where he started. And then I'm going to look at that and I'm going to say, okay, you started where Negroes was. And by the time that the world changed, you wasn't changing with the world. The world was changing around you. You never had to come down. So no. if you made your bones during the 70s and 80s and you was killing Black Panthers and putting all of these people in spaces, and now you're 50 years down the line, you still who you were, right? You could put on the suit, but like you still green team. Like the company man knows what to do when called for the job. So when called to prosecute a nigga, you come and you get the maximum. You can get him 5 months maximum penalty. When it's time to prosecute the inside guy, you can get him the package. 6 months and not in a corporate jail. Mike Madigan, he don't got to do no perp walk. Cause again, you trying to tell me now, in all the stuff that happened, that this stuff ain't connected, and that there is no that like if you ain't hiring the right person or talking to the right people, you can't fix it. Kiss my ass. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We gonna be back. I'm sorry we missed everybody from WBGX, but y'all, we'll be back right after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break. Maze Jackson.
What's in it for the black people? I want to know, is there an offensive black people list? Who manages it, and do black people have to honor it?
Maze. You're Uncle Tom. That's why you're an offensive. And the reason why you're Uncle Tom is the real story of Uncle Tom. How he worked for his freedom, and then the slave master reneged on him and wouldn't let him get his freedom. So you know what he did? He left. You're messing with the church's money. You were smart enough to work your way off, so you offended the white folks, and then you offended the black folks because your ass left, and because they wouldn't. And who manages the left is both black folks and white folks, because if you see in that situation, the black folks is just as bad as the white slave owner that Uncle Tom left.
What happens if you say that and someone gets offended?
You ran off the plantation, brother. That's why you're offensive. That's all I got, bro. Keep being offensive.
Thank you.
Maze Jackson.
Today, the Biden administration is releasing what it calls a new strategy to fight domestic terrorism. Following a 100-day review, federal officials are now laying out a new plan hoping to deter, detect, and prosecute domestic terror.
They went to the Capitol waving their flags and looking for smoke. He was out there looking for justice. They was over there looking for votes. Ashley Babbitt was with him and told all the people that nothing could stop us. She climbed through the Capitol window, breached security, and called a shot, bro. The media say she a veteran. They paint the picture to make her look greater, but she disrespected the same country that she served. That makes her a traitor. They was fighting police, resisting arrest. On God, I couldn't believe it. I guess blue lives only tend to really matter when it's convenient. Hey, these are the times we witness in history, all because they didn't get a victory. United States is so contradictory. We get equal rights, that's a mystery. Politicians, they more like magicians. You know they got tricks up their sleeve. We point out the flaws that's up in this country. You know they gon' tell us to leave. Somebody try to help me understand it. Always seems like a double standard. They be out here leaving us empty-handed to certain rights we are not granted. The media is the culprit when it comes to the comparison. Cause when it comes to race, they always changing up the narratives. Terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know and we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know and we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know and we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. We still out here trying to get our reparations, but the government pump faking out here hesitating. I'm out here trying to keep my peace, so I keep meditating. The media make us look bad, they taint our reputation. Look, it's so sad that COVID causing toe tags. You claim you so patriotic, but you ain't wearing no mask. You out here wildin' with your MAGA flags and showing your ass. You wanna be part of some type of revolution so bad. Look, you talk revolution and constitutional rights, homie. I guess we forgot about back in the days when all of the business was whites only. Yeah. George Floyd got justice. Juneteenth got much respect. They made it a national holiday. Man, it's all good, but cut the check. They're giving out all of these vaccines, putting it in you like caffeine. Was it all in the part of the plan? I bet money like DraftKings. It's land of the free, home of the brave. 1776, we wasn't free till 1865, so we wasn't part of that shit. And that there's terrorism.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts. Man, Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let this give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And up to seal carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Hey, Todd.
Yes,
Mayor
sir.
Lightfoot had a statement on Juicy Smooyay's ruling.
I'm sure she did.
She said the city feels vindicated in today's ruling. And I expect, do you feel vindicated? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Riis, you know, I kind of felt like the mayor would side with the prosecutors. Even though in the same day she is mad at the same prosecutors or at a different set of prosecutors for not for Danny Solis getting a deferred prosecution agreement. I'm like, could you pick Miss Schizophrenia?
You know, it's like she's in a sorority. She's a prosecutor for life.
But she's a prosecutor for life, so then don't you want the mole? Don't the mole work for you? So I was just thinking about, I knew how the mayor was going to come out. Riis, remember the last time we heard what the mayor thought about what a judge had to say? Play that clip for the people. Because I think you need to play the whole thing. Play it from the beginning so y'all can put it in perspective of this mayor.
Today we learned that a Kentucky state grand jury found that the officer responsible for killing Breonna Taylor. Rulings like this one set us back and come as yet another challenge to the hard work and progress we have already made. It means we fight even harder against the systems of inequality and injustice designed to keep too many of us down. We will and we must continue to say her name. We will and we must continue to demand justice. And we will and we must do everything in our power to prevent any more names from being added to this roll, like George Floyd, or closer to home, Rekia Boyd, and Laquan McDonald, and too many others. I want you to know that I support you and will do everything in my power to protect you.
Regarding the CBS 2 story last night about the raid on the social worker's home, why did your administration go to court to try and prevent the body camera video from being broadcast? And why is your administration asking a federal judge to punish Miss Young for sharing video of her own home being raided?
And I watched that video. Now, this case was litigated in federal court. The federal judge put in place an order. There's allegations that she has violated that. A federal judge put rules in place. It's for that judge to determine whether or not that was appropriate. I'm not going to sit here and second guess a federal judge or how the information related to that matter is handled. That's for that judge who I know and is very competent and I'm sure will be fair in assessing.
Because COPA has not yet made a decision in 22 months on this.
I just, look.
So now, like, when do we listen to the mayor, really? Like, do you feel vindicated by this judgment? Let me ask a question. I got to tell you, I am of the case that at least Juicy he got to get hazed. He at least got to scrub the toilets or something, right? Like, I feel like, I don't know that $20,000 was enough. I don't know that going to county jail was enough. But I think it's amazing to me what makes people feel vindicated. Like the mayor said that do you feel vindicated? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259.
Vindicated? You mean justice served?
Yeah. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. I'm glad that the case is over. I don't know that he should have gotten all that he got, but I feel a certain way like when I see the people that are saying that they're happy. Like when I see Mayor Lightfoot say that she's happy, but she sided with the police on Anjanette Young.
Right.
When I see her say she's pleased, but Dan Webb, we got Juicy, but Dan Webb is the same person, right? That got off how does he even get, like, after getting Vaneco off, how does he even get another special prosecutor job?
He's a superstar. I mean,
he is a superstar for the team.
He's been in like, I forgot which case, but one of those gigantic federal cases that the U.S. government was doing out of D.C. I mean, he's a superstar. They pick him because they know that the people with money and lack of color are going to be happy when he pops up.
So let me ask a question. 80 years old. Get your calculator out. So it's 2002. So when was he born? At 80. 80. Let's say at 82.
I should be able to do that in my head.
Right. So,
but I'm not. I'm
so
going to use this calculator
60.
right.
So was it 20? So 4. So 2000. So minus.
What year is this?
Wait a minute. So
40.
20, 60. So 20. So 1940. Let's say he was born in 1940 or
1942.
Okay. So he was 18.
1960.
So what side of the brick throwing was he on? If he became a federal prosecutor at that time, that means to me, if you were somewhere in that space and you became a federal prosecutor, then were you under Hoover? Yeah. Hoover did the Black Panthers. Right? Where were you during the Black Panther era? Where were you during the era of black liberation?
Well, it's hard to say because he worked. That means he worked for the Department of Justice. So I don't know when he was.
If you was from 70 to 80, you was killing black people. The Panthers. Well, what was Fred Hampton Mark Clark? 69.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know when he went to that office. I wouldn't.
But I guess my question is, like, when you go into law enforcement, let me ask the question. At what point in his career was he concerned about protecting the white power establishment? Every day of his life?
Probably. I mean, I would be shocked.
How does he see black people? Have we, like, my question is, and did, like, because
through white eyes? 1942 white eyes.
Okay. Look, they like, what is this? No, we can't have these niggas around here lying to us. These niggas around here thinking they could say anything to us. Do they know that we'll lose all control? We done already. The blacks and the gays be running around here claiming hate crimes. We already got to put people away. We can't be having them do fake stuff. Let's get this stuff. And now, imagine that happens before Ahmaud Arbery. Again, we are so married to this system of oppression that it's woven into just everything that we do. Like, I do feel a certain way about Kim Foxx. Like, I'm not like this. They got to get a handle on this crime. I think that the more that stuff happens, it just exacerbates this situation. But to me, this Dan Webb like, the fact that nobody even says, well, how did you feel about Vaneco? And you talked about how the undermine. Somebody lied to the police, right? Like in that, somebody had to lie to the police.
Oh, somebody
was it
had
the
to,
undermining of our complete justice system? Where was your what the young people say? Keep that same energy.
Right. Keep that same
energy. And so for all of these people running around, and I really, I feel like Juicy did us a disservice. I really do. And I feel like he is doing us a disservice every time he invokes all of the pain and suffering of all the people that this stuff really happened to. And I feel like that is really the reason. Like, I hate that Dan Webb articulated it, but it's like that moment when we give white people the right words to say to black people to make it make sense, but they really have an ulterior motive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's why I say we needed to take Juicy out back, and Reverend Jackson needed to take him out back, and instead of having him sweep, he should have said, go pick your switch. Because you pick your switch.
Yeah.
And then Reverend Jackson could whoop them with the switch. Nobody had to see it. Reverend Jackson could have told us, I whooped them. Y'all not going to whoop them. But you owe us, because you really did put a lot of... Come on, man. And Punk, you came here from somewhere else, talk about some maggot. Come on, man. Every black... And if you're going to do that, plan it with some black Chicagoans. Because they would have told you, dog, you got to give up the sandwich.
I heard somebody say, you know what? When he said it was Subway, I was like, man, if he had said it was Harold's, I might have believed him. But Subway at that time of night, who does that? I can feel that.
Well, I mean, you at that time, that's when you get the late food, right? You got to go to the late night joint. Now, so the Juicy thing, I want to know, what do y'all think, though? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Fair, unfair, somewhere in the middle. And can we take Dan Webb off of the get any more work from Cook County again process? Like, really, how much money does he need? And I'm saying wait a minute, back up, because they said they volunteered to do this pro bono.
That's how rich they are.
But not only are they rich, that's how bad they want to get this nigga. Like, I work for free, I work for you. That's the Jay-Z, I done came up, put my life on the line. Man, give you a G, I work for you for free.
Well, it's showing you are, like you said before, you're part of the team. I'm going to head this up for all of us. We'll show them that we're still in charge.
Boss, I got one.
Yeah.
The whites are still in charge here.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. It sends a signal. That's what they're
we
trying
are
to do.
still. Look, y'all, we're going to take this back. The whites are still in charge here. Y'all go. Where's Dan? He knows the job. He knows how to do it. Cook the nigga. Lightly brown the white guy.
Lightly brown him. Yeah.
I want no, you cannot tell me that the same dude that said that the resolution for second degree manslaughter was 1 month more than a lie. But you know how your mama say, you steal, you lie, you'll steal, you steal, you'll kill.
Mm-hmm.
They treated him like that. Let's go to the live line. Caller, you on the Mace Jackson show. Talk to me about this Juicy Smooyay sentence. What you think? Caller, you there?
How you doing?
What's up,
Thanks for taking
James?
my call.
James, you mad at Todd for sitting
What's up, brother, man? I am kind of, yeah, a little bit.
We could have told him to put on a bikini, but that wouldn't have worked.
But I'm glad to see him back.
Oh, thank you.
I'm glad to see him back, though. But it would be great if Ruthie was there. Anyway, I just wanted to say in general, because black people have gone through so much stuff in this country. If a black person didn't do anything violent, look, the justice system not fair in the first place. They should be let go. If they didn't harm anybody's life, they should be let go. We've gone through so much. A lot of us got mental problems anyway, and that should be considered. But for us, it's not. White people do so much bogus stuff. and I'm trying not to share too much. You know, let's just say I had a white girl once, and
I love these stories.
She did something she shouldn't have done. I took her to court in DuPage, and I'm watching how nice this judge was to her, and I couldn't believe it. But then again, because I'm a black man in this country, and I've had issues with the court system, I could believe it. But it was just so obvious. You know, I don't want to say what she did, but he letting her go out of court, and she talking, doing all types of stuff. And I'm walking with her, you know. But because it's not fair for us, I feel, once again, if a black person does something and it really hasn't harmed anybody, hey, they should be let go, because some of us do have mental problems, dealing with the disrespect, the abuse, and then you watch cops kill people, and they don't even go to jail for it. And our tax dollars go for this. You know, go to paying their salaries and their pension, and you start, and once you start internalizing that stuff, you start getting even more angry about it. You know, that's basically what I wanted to say. Thanks for taking my call.
All day, James. You know you my man. We appreciate you. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We got anybody else on the line? What y'all think? Juicy, was it right? Was it fair? But it's crazy to me that these white boys spend all this time, money, and energy because they was like, we finna get, like, and they was like, we're going to get him.
Well, you know, if you fight back and you refuse to say, I did it, I'm sorry, they really pile on you.
Yeah, right. But I feel like there was a point. So I feel like Juicy had an off ramp, and I do feel like dog, you do know that when you lie and they prove that you lied, they're gonna hit you.
Yeah.
They're not like, that's the whole thing with the feds. That's how they always crack people, because they be like, if you lied to the feds, you're going to jail.
Right.
Period. So that the next person be like, I'm not lying. That's why I'm telling you, your boy, he finna get cooked. Because it's a certain point when people be like, now wait a minute. He's 80. I'm 50. My kids are in college. Yeah, he's going to have to go to jail. What do you need to know, Mr. Fitz?
What are you saying? Basic math is going to get him?
A basic math. It's hilarious to me that people be saying nobody's going to talk on Matt again. They done already talked. How you think they got the indictment? They done already talked.
Well, since you asked, I personally don't think that on the political side people talk to. I think that on the business side people have talked. The comment side.
I think that. I think on the lobbyist side people have talked.
You think so? I
think that there's when they got their list of witnesses, and if you was on the list, if your name was on the call, you got an interview. Yeah, think about JB talking about something. Yeah, I did. Like, I talked to, because all of them that was, if your name was on the thing, you got a call. You got a call. Now when the feds call.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch of people on that list that aren't at the I can do anything. I'm just, getting the milk and.
Yeah, but those are the people that.
Giving him some butter.
Did you get some milk? Yep. Who gave it to you? Here's what I'm saying. And those people who you're talking about are the people that I like. I'm not going. I'm not going. So what part of it do you need me to tell you about? What part of that what I did? Did you give me a proffer? Do I have a proffer? I tell you whatever I know. Right. I can't tell you something I don't know. But I think that I really think, like, for a lot of us, particularly black people, we still don't recognize that the wizard is dead. And it's like every myth that everybody has talked about, from him not talking on the telephone, to having a cell phone, to not being smart enough to say nothing stupid on a wire, to all of that has all come apart. It's like all come apart. He had a cell phone. He sent emails. He talked. He quid pro quo. He even got caught. Yeah, quid pro quo. Now, we've elevated him to a space, and I'm not saying that the man wasn't smart, but it's like, while the white people are out now cutting up they realigning, We still waiting to see. Is he gonna come back? Is he gonna come alive again? Is he gonna
I think your Wizard of Oz thing was kind of good because if you remember in the Wizard of Oz, no one has seen the wizard in years. Everything was just talk about how powerful he was. Yeah,
right. Oh, but he was still wizarding because he was on the call. It's the Mace Jackson Show, and I'm telling you like this, Todd. Everybody talking about what he won't do. I'm saying that, and Ruthie nailed it down yesterday. She was like, Todd, if you was the man, and you know if you just take the L, everybody else gets to keep everything they got.
Mm-hmm.
Do you take the L and you at 85? You at 80? Do you take the L or do you?
You mean like go away?
Yeah. So if you look, so if I tell you I'm gonna prosecute your son, like if you don't take this L,
okay.
If you don't take this L, you can fight me, but I'm gonna prosecute your son. And guess what? If I give him 20 years, you ain't got 20. He got 20.
Well, yeah, that's federal. That's federal talk. You're right. Then I roll over, scratch my belly.
Hans, you ain't gonna say Hans? Hey man, you better learn how to make prison pizza. Look, y'all, it's the Mace Jackson Show. We're gonna take your calls when we come back. It is the Mace Jackson Show. Todd Stroger sitting in with us today. And we'll be back after
this break. Mace Jackson.
Byron, you got a nomination for the vice president of the phone club. Say what? Dang, Byron. Look, Tennille done nominated you for the vice president of the phone club. Reese has seconded. All those in favor of Byron being the vice president of the phone club signify by saying aye. Go once, going twice. And you are now officially the vice president of the phone club. So Byron, we will be expecting to hear from you regularly. So you and Katie will have an exec board meeting and let us know the rules of engagement on the phone. And Reese is now in your number one fan club. But you got to remember whose show it is, Byron. Don't forget, because Reese had you thinking. You know how these millennials will do.
I know who paid the bill. I know who paid the bill.
Mace Jackson.
It's the Mace Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Mace said, we out of here.
Do you love being black? Yeah, I love being black. Hey. Do this for my people all across the globe. Hey, it's break. The skin I'm in fit me fine, tailor-made, yeah, I'm comfortable. And so it seems I'm still chasing my dreams. They told me, watch my steps, they want to pull the rug from under you. This is transparency, my life 3D. You live every word that I utter, reporting live from the gutter. Where the mind's hard to change, but we don't give up on our brothers and sisters. Cause we all need one another. The time's getting closer, revolution, feel it coming. I can smell it in the air. Inhale it, let it embody you. Because chances are the cops pull you over, they body you. Plus we don't trust each other, so it's just another obstacle. Why jump hurdles to make a change? It ain't optional. Olympian mindset in this booth with my binoculars. I see my vision getting clear. Justice what a prophet do. I'm used to touch the people's soul. Black power gospel tunes. So many styles, watch me kick them like they soccer moves. Falling rank and file, this is my platoon. Soldiers at attention, ain't no Willie lynching. This the program. Who they think they kidding? Reinvent the system. Total reconstruction of our mental stigma. This ain't a game, boy. Still they think I'm talking about Nintendo's. That's a shame, boy. Augment reality. Better fix your brain, boy. I love my people, hope they love me black. I'm going hard and ain't no holding back. Watch me react. I put my fist up in the skies like a beacon for believers that one day we return to our greatest sin. We seek it all the glory we can obtain and keep reaching. I'm painting this picture. I hope you see it. Guess what the theme is? I love being black. We turning up. I love being black.
You are listening to the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Got my man DJ Reese in the building and sitting in with us today is old man Todd Stroger back in the building. Todd,
I am feeling old because I'm fat. But okay,
the team. It's like the team is. I think the in the last month, Todd, we have watched the erosion, if not the implosion of the Irish power structure that we have lived with for all of my memorable life.
All of my life too.
We watched,
and I'm almost 60.
The Daley regime come to an end. They are looking at chopping up the 11th ward and potentially for the first time in history.
I predict.
Go ahead.
The 11th ward will have a Asian alderman.
I do too.
Yeah.
Now, will it be their Asian alderman? Will they pick the alderman though? Will it be?
It's possible because they are very. I mean, the Irish, at least the Dailies, had a real entree into Chinatown.
Yeah. We saw Mike Madigan. What many of you all said would never happen. Thought he was smarter than the federal government. Never thought he'd be prosecuted. It's funny because I'd be talking to black people who straight up be like, "That dude is Jesus." I'd be like, they be like, he's never gonna. They'll never get him. They'll never know.
He's like, still one of the smartest people I met, and I bet you he beats this. He gonna die. He's like, I'm not gonna go to jail. I'm gonna die instead.
But I said maybe that's what I was saying though. Do you just go sit in the bathtub? Like, think about if he just went away. Like, all this just...
He's going to will himself to die. Like, okay. I had done everything I ever wanted to do.
Right. Sign my paper for my son. And I'm straight.
He got other children, you know.
Yeah, but you know how it's this boy, though.
Boys are always the...
This boy, he only got one boy.
Right.
One boy.
You're right.
He did everything but that boy is his pride and joy. All you gotta do is talk to anybody. You know.
You're right. You're right.
Now, and then it can't be long for Ed Burke. I guess my question now becomes, and I think the two of them could play the time game, right? Which is, can I stretch this out till I don't have to be here for it?
Right.
And you never convict me, and I still. Do you think they're gonna wipe? Do you think Todd? It would be good to hear from you because you were there. Do you think they Blagojevich Madigan? Like, does he become persona non grata in Springfield? Like, does his name start to become taint? Like, I was thinking about this because yesterday at University of Illinois Springfield, Juliana Stratton got asked about Mike Madigan, right? Now they were asking her about the lieutenant governor, but think about how much they invested to make her, right? Like, does that become a campaign issue? And I'll tell you why it becomes a campaign issue. It won't be me. But the same people that were involved in that race are on the other team now.
Right.
So they got all of the history, all of everything. So the lieutenant governor is going to have her own Madigan questions that she's going to have to answer. It's going to be like, what about all of the people whose careers were financed? All the people that were appointed, all of the people that took the money, that held the money, that as they put the money in leadership. Like, when does Madigan become a pariah?
I don't see it. I don't see it happening.
They hung up? Okay.
Yeah, I don't see it happening, at least not up here, because there was always some factions and, you know, the North Side and the Lakefront people, they didn't like Madigan any darn way. They weren't working with him.
Yeah, but
only if they had to.
But you say they weren't, but they really were. Like, I feel like you weren't. If you passed anything, you was working. Like, and I feel like even when you saw this whole thing come apart, like, it came apart because the people, like, if you were a state rep and you have a government job, you may not have gotten the government job from, but you have had to make an arrangement or an agreement with dude to be able to operate that spot.
See, I look at it like this. Through the decades, Madigan built a tower. And so there were 5 solid floors. And then you had the North Side where they may have had 2 floors, but they knew they couldn't crack the foundation from where they were. Now there came a point in the last few years back where the foundation cracked, and they were like, "Shoot, let's try to blow this whole thing up," and they were off the what do they call that? The reservation. Yeah, they were like, "We're not with you at all because we know it's broken, and if we just push hard enough, this whole thing's gonna fall over."
Let me give you, hey Riis, I'm about to play something from the road because I want to give you, Todd. You said that. And I want you to look at the screen because we're gonna go way back. It's in the road, not on the thing. Ready? I'm gonna play you a video that alludes. You're going to see it on there, but it alludes to what you just got through saying.
Political consultant and blogger Maze Jackson says the Duncan defection changes the power paradigm in Springfield.
When one guy breaks off the plantation, it's got to make a lot of people in Springfield real nervous. Real nervous. Riis, Todd, that was me.
Yeah, I recognize you.
Back in the day, but this was like 2013, 2014.
Wow, you such a baby face.
2014, I was telling you that the cracks were happening.
Right.
But it was funny because we were too soon, too early, and there was a lot of,
Do you know anything about the Battle of the Bulge or the storming of Normandy?
No.
The first people who got off, who were sent on the beaches, they got killed. That's just how war is. The first people get killed. It's the second wave that is able to do some real damage, but the first wave is just fodder, which is, I'm sorry to say,
what happened to me.
Yes.
Well, I gotta say though that it was interesting. I had this conversation. You saw the movie 300?
I did.
I was having this conversation with a former opponent, and they were like, kind of, y'all did the reverse of the 300. You did. Me.
Mm-hmm.
I.e., the whole onslaught came, and you were able to hold the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you were able to hold long enough for, was it Ramses, to implode. Right? So they were saying, we going to take your name, we going to kill you, we going to grind you into the dust, you going to be whatever. But we, unlike on 300, where they weren't able to hold, we were able to hold, and now it's like it went in reverse, and now the monster is coming down, and now the armies are running and spreading and trying to figure out, oh, dang. And now the 300 is coming out the hole, like, we got kind of strong in there.
Mm-hmm.
We started lifting our weights. So I am.
I think it's Xeres, but go ahead.
Huh?
I think his name was Xeres. It's Xeres.
Okay, you're right. Ramses is just easier.
Right, exactly.
Moses,
it's better for us Americans.
Right. So I just was thinking though, Todd, there's something to say about the fact that we haven't triumphed, but we've survived.
Yes.
And it's like, it does feel like being the first person off the boat in the Battle of the Bulge. Some people survived. And those people that survived were the ones that were able to come back and tell the tales. And then hopefully to be able to be recognized as heroes, or at least as the people that were willing to sacrifice it all for the people. And no, that's kind of how I feel. Except I'm still here. It's like now I wish that instead of everybody telling me to be scared, everybody who told me to be scared all of them times told me what the boogeyman was going to do. I'm tired. I just don't want to be scared no more.
Right.
Like, I just want us to, like, use this as an opportunity to stand up. Like, no shade, Zuccarelli, gone. Madigan, gone. Daley, gone. Burke, almost gone. Where do black people line up now?
You know, the interesting thing about that is they all were their own separate power structures. And now they've all kind of toppled, and
but they were their own, they were all their own separate power structures, but they still met at the top when it was necessary. Right? They still had the lines of communication. They still had arranged the détente. They had already divided up the roles, so they was like, look, don't step on my toes over here.
Right.
This is my area, don't step on my toes. And then as Daley fell out of power and dropped, then Madigan, in my estimation, kind of took over his thing and kind of said, okay, Patrick, you could be in the Irishman's Club, but you under us, right? So then you started to see him and Brendan Riley and Marty Quinn, and they all, and Matt O'Shea, they all became the Irishmen in city council.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And now that force field is gone. Right? Like, to me, I feel like you solved the black. If we had the nuts, you solved the black problem by just chopping up the white folks stuff. Here, you take a little. Look, Latinos, y'all can have a little bit of. I just think it's really
turnabout is fair play,
right? But we still trying to figure out a way to get up under somebody. We ain't saying, all right, we the swordsman. And in the meantime, the Latinos, although y'all, I'm hearing their coalition is breaking up. And I'm also hearing that just like we often think that there's factions amongst us, that their factions are breaking up because there is a power dynamic that they haven't solved yet as well.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think, like, you got the battle of Chewy, you got the battle of Gilbert Villegas, you got Victor Reyes trying to figure out how he can manipulate the space. Don't forget Iris Martinez. You got the kind of the old HDOers. Now you see the Metropolitan Leadership Institute reforming, which makes me ask, is Juan Rangel going to play a role in that space too?
Well, I've seen this fight since I started in 92.
Well, while they fighting, we need to come on home. I think
you know what the difference is?
What?
There was only like 5 of them back.
Right. Well, they fighting, but my concern is that they stop the fight, say, let's kill our enemy and come back to this.
Uh-huh.
Right. And like one of the things I think that was a signal to me was you saw that Pedro Martinez says he wants to dismantle the selective enrollment schools. And by dismantling them, right, they want to allow for
What's that mean?
He basically wants to change the formula that allows people to go to the selective enrollment schools, because they're like 30% of the people is based on your grade in 7th grade, right? Oh. So 7th grade, you determine whether you can go to school. Then the other part of it is based on your socioeconomic and geography. So they're pulling you from different regions to mix the school up, but you got to be at the top level of those groups. So essentially what it does is eliminate blacks and Latinos. Well, even as we shrink, and this is it's a funny thing, because it's like when we get the spot, we say, okay, we can't make too many waves. So even though we've been negatively impacted by selective enrollment, we figure out, when we're in leadership, we figure out how to navigate in the space that exists. The Latinos are now saying, we're going to use this people of color banner, this George Floyd moment, to bust up, and we're going to use George Floyd and equity to bust up these schools that our kids can't get into.
Right. We get there, it's time for all right, everything has to be fair.
Yes.
Yeah, now that they're there, they can be like,
and the black person, when the black person is there, the black person is like, look, man, don't be asking me to do nothing that's going to make me lose my job. Right. So we can't ask Janice Jackson to say, hey, no shade to Dr. Jackson. We can't ask her, hey, Dr. Jackson. And black people know, man, don't ask that. Don't even put that sister in no position where she's going to lose her job.
Right.
Now, meanwhile, Pedro like, yo, hey, Juan Salgado, you got the junior highs? You got the city colleges? All right, let's make this pipeline right now.
Oh, yeah.
And guess what? And all the black people whose kids weren't able to go to selective enrollment become, by default, allies to the Latinos, including their kids in the schools.
Right.
Because they hit us under the paper. They hit us under the people of color. But then when the door opened, how many of us are going to go into it? Right? That's why I say bust all the selective enrollment schools. Make all the schools. There ain't no selective enrollment.
You want to go back to neighborhood schools?
I feel like neighborhood schools, and if you want selective enrollment, pay.
What do you mean by that, though?
Go to private school.
Oh, yeah.
Pay. Right. No, I'm saying, like, Todd, think about it. I was just thinking about, like, even if you think about athletics, like, the best athletes in your neighborhood don't go to the neighborhood school. They go to the best school somewhere else. But imagine I'm just saying, if all of the best kids from the Southwest side go to Whitney Young and Walter Payton,
right?
How does the neighborhood school ever compete? How do they ever get to the chess club? How do we ever have our genius mind moment?
They haven't.
Where does the chess? Remember the last time? If you don't have the brainiacs, you can't have a chess club. You have a chess club, but you ain't got one that's competing.
Right.
Because I took all of your best talent and moved it downtown, and now I'm taking all the best talent, and we're going to take these schools, and we're going to open it up for the Latinos and have a plan. Yeah, y'all gotta understand this whole people of color thing. It's an issue for us. We have allowed. We
got to look at it more like an opportunity, but we, like you were saying, when the door opens, we got to be prepared to rush in it.
But the problem is, we gotta have. It's what I was saying the other day. Like, I'm moving out of like all of the other boxes. My box is politics. Like, I be wanting to help and everything. I don't know nothing about education. I don't know nothing about a whole bunch of other stuff. What I do know is politics.
Right.
So my goal is to figure out how do we move the needle politically, and then how do we work with other people. Todd, we have the Black People First Party. I don't know if you've been seeing that, but basically what we have been doing is going around the city organizing people around their Black self-interest. So tomorrow at 11 o'clock, from 11 to 1, we're going to be at Greater Walters Zion AME Church at 8422 South Damon, hosted by Alfred Evans and Katie Lindsay. Shout out to Greater Walters for having us. Shout out to the North Beverly Civic Association for joining us. Shout out to everybody from 18th Ward to 21st Ward that are going to be joining us tomorrow. And I'm even hearing we got people coming from the 19th Ward. Also, if you are a Black People First member and you are joining our Saturday meetings, our Saturday meeting that is typically held on Saturday from 10 to 1 at TP will be at Greater Walters AME. That's 8422 South Wentworth, starting at 11 o'clock. Yep. That's part of my Tell Me Something Good Friday. Todd, what's up, man? You got something you want to tell us something good? It is Tell Me Something Good Friday. And we running out of time. What you got good, man?
I got home at 9 o'clock Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. This will not happen Friday. I'm going home.
I'm coming home. I'm coming home. So you said you're getting some rest today.
That's right.
All right. That's good, man. Todd, it's good to see you. I'll tell you something good. It was good to see you today, man.
Same here.
Hey, Todd, I noticed, though, you ain't sent me no opportunities, man. You out here balling out. I'm hearing your name. I'm reading people's. I'm like, wait, what? You ain't call you, man. You don't call. See, this what happened, yo.
We're trying to put the.
Hold on. So this what happened, yo. So I when you call somebody, this is the story of Maze Jackson's life. I'm gonna do it real quick. And this is what I was telling you about, or telling us about the other day. When an opportunity avails itself, I call. I be like, who could fit this opportunity? Who do I know? And I pick up the phone and I say, hey, opportunity is here. This is opportunity knocking.
Right.
How can I help you get that opportunity? Right? So then when I hear the door knocking, and I be hearing like, man, and people be like, dog, the door's knocking, you ain't even hear the door knocking?
Mm-hmm.
I be like, I thought my man was supposed to tell me the door was knocking. Oh! It's okay, though. Because, it's the story of the Maze Jackson life. Then one day, it be like, it's okay, though. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm like your Dutch uncle. I'm trying to look out for you.
I see how you looking out from far, far away. But it's okay.
No,
Tell me something.
I want to
good.
make sure Maze is always here and not in like Marion or something.
Well, Maze.
So I always try to look out for his back.
See how people be. They don't look out for my front. Look out for my front, because I'm always
watching. Some people do try to stab it right in the chest, don't they?
I watch the back. I got the back. I got the back covered. It's usually, I'm always prepared for the back. It's the front that I'm usually not ready for. Right? Because you be like, oh, who did what? It's okay. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Riis, tell me something good, dog. It's Tell Me Something Good on the Tell Me Something Good Friday. Did you get some sleep yesterday?
Man, I got some good stuff.
Man, I didn't.
I went to bed twice yesterday.
Oh, dang, Riis. I was trying to get me some sleep yesterday. It did. You know what? So I was all the way out in countryside. Had to go out the countryside for them to be like, psych!
Psych.
Then I had to take my son home. Then we came home and I fried some fish. And I forgot to put this vest away. So I smell like, I smell like the West Side. I smell like a Pelly right now. Except it's not chicken. Smell a little perchy. Yeah, a little perchy. I had this downstairs. Right, man. My next excuse me, my next house, the kitchen cannot be in the same place as the living room. It just can't. They gotta be in different places. Riis, so you had some good sleep. What else happened, man? Tell me else something good. That's it?
I'm gonna kick it out with my family today for my son leave this weekend. I'm probably gonna.
He's still walking around the house with no shirt on, man.
Every day.
Dog, if you don't put no shirt on, I'm the only one walking around my house with no shirt.
Then he came to me, asked, "Can you drop me off at my girlfriend's house real quick?" So I dropped him off there. I don't know what time he came home. I've been going to sleep. I was asleep. So I'm gonna spend a little time with them today. Probably go catch a movie later or tomorrow morning.
I want to see the Batman.
Yeah, that's what me and him will probably go see, like the Batman.
I got to figure out when.
Ooh, maybe we'll go see the Batman.
Don't be trying to bite us, man. Don't be trying to be like us. Nah, man, we should. I want to go see the Batman this weekend. I got to figure out what day it's gonna be because we got so much going on.
Ooh, and we're trying to plan a trip to Xavier in Cincinnati next week for Claire to go around the campus.
Really? You know what? I gotta. Maison is starting to look for colleges too, so I gotta get. I gotta put it. Well, he's got his college route, so I gotta figure it out so it go with my entertainment route.
You know what I learned is all the Jesuit colleges, and there's a whole bunch of them. If you are accepted, there's some kind of Jesuit scholarship. They're going to give you money just because you went to a Jesuit school.
Yeah, yep. It got a whole little thing like that with the whole Catholic universities. There's like a reciprocal agreements all over the world.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it is kind of cool. All right, that's Todd. That's Riis. You got yours. All right, tell me something good. I am grateful that this petition process is over.
Yeah, I understand that.
I cannot tell you how proud I am of the team. I cannot tell you how proud I am of Black People First. I cannot tell you about how proud I am of the coalition. And I cannot tell you how proud I am of my beautiful and lovely wife for her never say die-ness.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she like, y'all ain't gonna... I beat her, though. This is the first time I think I beat her in getting signatures.
No.
But I'm just about to tell you. She is impressive, and I cannot wait until Monday when we go see her drop this bomb on these people. I know I'm not supposed to. I'm going to be quiet because I'll probably get in trouble for talking again. I'm still trying to figure out. Todd, I'm trying to figure out. What I've come to recognize is there's a lot of people that do better when I'm on the outside as compared to when I can pick up the phone and call anybody. I think there's a lot of people that thrived on not misinformation but under information. And what I have come to recognize is that the most people telling me how many people don't like me or won't work with me tend to benefit from that personally. And when you get an opportunity to talk to people directly, they be like, dog, we fought all this time. I'd love the opportunity to work together because I know what you could do if it's a fight. Nice to have.
My father found out that you can't listen to the rigmarole from the side. When Phelan came in and he said, nobody wants you as finance chair. My dad literally talked to all 16 commissioners. And they were like, oh, no, we like you, John. We just like to change this a little bit. And that changed the whole scope.
And that's the point. Like, it's funny, Todd. It's like you get learning lessons. I reached out to in the last couple weeks. This is pretty funny. Not funny, but it was a learning lesson. I went to a couple people who I was super tight, who I thought I was super tight with. And I was like, look, man, if you could help me do this, this might be able to help me change my life. It doesn't require very much of you. It just requires you to maybe give me a little bit of what you got. I'll pay for it. But I need your help with it. And it was funny to watch people as they let the situation die on the vine. They was like, but I've always said, never leave your fate in the hands of someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I asked for help, which I very rarely do. And the people that I asked for help You know what? That benign neglect. They just never said another word. They never said anything else. And I was like, now this could really change my life and change my trajectory and help me not be in this space that I have thought that I occupy.
Mm-hmm.
And it dawned on me that they preferred me to be in that space because then they keep maintain control of the relationships. Right? If you always believe you're the bad guy, you're the worst, that they're going to always hold you against, and you never want to be the cause of, you start to fade back. You don't say a lot. You be quiet because you don't want to cause harm or cause damage. And then you realize, then you finally get an opportunity to talk to the people who they was telling you don't mess with you. And they be like, man, I got so much respect for you. Like, I be honored. And I'm going to just tell you.
So it was a controlling aspect for them.
It's a controlling aspect for a lot of people, in my estimation, for me not to have good working political relationships. Because there's a value in saying I can talk to Mays. And there's a value in brokering Mays as compared to connecting Mays. And last night I was on a call with an attorney. And the attorney was like, said, let me just connect y'all. And I was like, you don't want to stay in the middle of it? He was like, no, I like it when my friends all connect and because if we do it right, you're not going to cross me, and when something happens, we're going to all know about it, and we all work together and where there's an opportunity. And it was funny because I was used to all the other people that could have helped me with they always wanted to broker it. They would never be like, here, let me put y'all on the phone together.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be like, oh, no, he'll never talk to you. And then I was like, wait. Then he was like, no, he listens to your show.
Mm-hmm.
And so part of me is just like, then this tell me something good is I am grateful for the revelations and for God revealing, right? Like, so I think sometimes your discernment can be a little bit off. My discernment has been a little bit off. I would tell you that he got it right. Hey, is a call on that line still? If it is, we'll take it. Caller, you on the Mays Jackson Show. Tell me something good. It's probably Katie or Alfred. What's up?
This is Alfred Evans. Al, how you doing?
What I say? Look at that. I am the Maestradamus. This is my man, Big Al. Now, you know Big Al and Katie are hosting tomorrow. They are hosting our Black People First meeting in the Southwest side. It's the 18th Ward, but it's getting bigger than the 18th Ward. Big Al, talk to us. Tell us what's going on, brother.
It's 8422 South Damon. Not Wentworth, Damon.
Dang. Oh, my bad.
South Damon.
You know, I'm mixed up with...
And
go ahead.
I just want to say hello to Todd. How you doing, brother?
Oh, great. Thank you.
Yeah, Todd is very familiar with North Beverly Citizens Association. He comes over there periodically to meet with the people. But telling you something good, Mays, first of all, you're good. You're good because you've educated us and you have shown good leadership. Secondly, I want to say while other power bases are imploding and while there's confusion among some of the Latino power structures, this is our opportunity. And Black People First political party is a foundation for us to build on. So let the people come out. Let's talk. Let's organize. So that's all I got to say. And see you tomorrow, Todd. Mays and Todd, I hope you show up.
You know Todd ain't showing up. He trying to find a way to go to sleep. But Big Al, let me tell you, I appreciate everything that you and Katie have done to organize this. Our man Devin, as well as make sure you give the pastor and all the members of Greater Walters, Zion AME, our greatest level of appreciation. You know, I talk a lot of smack about churches, a lot, and pastors and preachers, but realistically, the church is an integral part of what we do. And quite frankly, they have the meeting spaces. they have the places where we can organize and be welcome. It is just a matter of making sure that we are all going in the same direction. And I just got to tell you, the AME churches, they was founded on blackness. Right? They were founded to create a space for us to worship and praise. And so it is great for them to be participating in our liberation. Big Alfred Evans, thank you. And thank y'all all. Go ahead.
Well, thank you. Let me say one thing. I invited Pastor Joe Miles, and he said that he has some other commitments, but he's going to show up for a few minutes tomorrow. And also, a little history. AME Zion Church, that's where Frederick Douglass, Harriet Tubman, and Sojourner Truth, they were members. They belong to the AME Zion churches in its infancy. So it's just going back to what I saw someone post earlier this week on the show. We're going back to the Freedom Church, brother.
Ha-ha. That's what I'm talking about, the Freedom Church. Hey, that's my man Al Evans, and y'all know I got Wentworth burned in my brain. But it is 8422 South Damon, Greater Walters Zion AME Church. We're going to be there tomorrow from 11 to 1. Do not go to TP. Show up at Greater Walters, 8422 South Damon at 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. We got some business. Plus, I need some of y'all for Monday, so y'all make sure y'all be there on time. Riis, anybody else on that line? Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. What's going on?
Good morning, everybody. How you doing there, Chris? This Ballhead.
Oh, what's up, Ballhead?
Maze, you know you good. How you doing? You know you're doing a good job. I just want to tell you the reason for it, because you're not afraid to put God first. You say it off and on, more now than before. And that's the key to what's going on. You're being led, not driven. The other make you feel good is I got something for you guys tomorrow. Our support is me and my wife. We cater. We do catering. We got the best food in the city of Chicago. I guarantee it. I'm gonna drop you a package off tomorrow. Tomorrow's our busiest day, but I will make sure that you all have something good for your tummy tomorrow, and you will not believe what you got, okay?
All right, hey man, Ballhead. I'm looking for Ballhead. Now I'm gonna tell you, you better be good, because I'm gonna talk about it on Monday, one way or the other. So make sure it's off the chain. And I'm gonna tell you what, man. Let me just say this.
Look,
go ahead, Ballhead.
Let me say this to you. Let me tell you this here. I guarantee it. You understand me?
Not gay wrong.
Anybody in the city that wanna say something wrong with it, if they tell the truth, you'll see. You won't even have to be able to finish the program tomorrow. Where did Ballhead go? Where he go?
Ballhead, where you at?
That's it. Hey, but I my support is that way, and I can do what I can with that. But I'm definitely gonna make sure. I don't know how many people you expected, but I'm gonna try to make it for everybody to get a little taste. You understand?
Ballhead, you do that, and I'm sure whatever we'll be grateful for what you send, and we'll make we're gonna be at the church, so we'll bless it and multiply it. And if we need to get some wine to make it seem like it's more, we'll do that. But you know what else, Ballhead? I do it tomorrow, because we got March Madness coming up, right? And so I know that they're gonna be watching March Madness at TP, so we plan on having that going on. So we're gonna be looking for black caterers to put food out that we can, that we want to purchase, but we want to be doing it for March Madness.
Hey, listen. We've been trying to do something with you. It's just that distance. We were saying, and then we turned around, and that's how God works. You said we're going to be right here on 83rd, and do you know I can spit on the church from my house? So that's how quick you'll be there. We got it for you. You understand what I'm saying? So whatever you need, Ballhead, you got it. You can look us up, Cat Eye Cooks, on Instagram, and you can see what we do, how we get out. You understand? Cat Eye Cooks. I love you, Maze. I love what you're doing. Keep doing it, and I will drop that off tomorrow. I'm going to throw a thumbs up, moving fast for you, okay?
I appreciate you. Thank you, Ballhead. That means so much to us. Hey, man, let me tell you, it's a movement going on around here. Todd, you've been gone for a minute. Black folks riled up. Not just riled up. They ready to do something. Todd, what would you tell you if I told you that in 5 weeks, no pay, the Black People First political party collected over 12,000 good signatures. In the rain.
That's a force.
In the snow. In the wintertime. In the Arctic blast.
No, I remember some of them days because I try not to go out in those days. So yeah, I mean that's a force that shows that they really believe and care, and that's what you need out of an army.
Man, I'm telling you, I was so
a political one, at least.
I'm gonna tell you, Todd. I look out at the crowd, and first of all, we need some more young people. We got to get more young people involved. You
always.
I got to send my kids. You got to send your kids, because a lot of the people that are working to build a future have already got their past.
Right.
The people that show up, they got pensions. But they want to create a way forward. I'm gonna tell you, Todd. We gave the address. Seniors started sending checks. They were like, "We don't know that Cash App, but you put that address up there, we gonna send you a check."
Yeah, I get that.
There is something bubbling in our community. We've seen it over the Trump time and all of that. But I think that there's probably never been a time more uniquely suited for black people to have a place, a political home. I don't care if you part of a ward organization or whatever, but right now, all our young people have seen us get bent over by these processes.
Mm-hmm.
And very rarely have we ever heard our interests first. Not against anybody else, but if you are interested in taking our politics black, join us tomorrow, 8422 South Damon at the Greater Walters AME. Now, we usually meet every Saturday at TP from 10 to 1, but that's changing tomorrow because we got a Southwest Side organized meeting. So initially it was 18 ward, but we want 18, 19, 21, 15, 16. You Southwest, you come see us tomorrow. Greater Walters. Let's make Baldhead. I want Baldhead to bring the food, and it'd be just enough for one tip per person. Good Lord! All right. Seems like we ready to go now. Y'all got anything else y'all want to say, Todd? You got anything you want to say? You want to say to the family? Shout out to St. Ignatius down. I know you want to wish them good luck, right?
They don't need no luck, my brother. Yeah. Good luck.
All right, now you tell Claire now.
This is the first time we've ever gone downstate.
Yeah, you tell Claire prom is coming up quick. My man, he booking up. He booking up, right? I'm saying I won't make the dowry too much.
I'll let Claire know.
You let Claire know. I mean, yeah, his voice got real deep too. Got tall.
You have a girl. You know how it is with 18-year-olds girls.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
Lord have mercy. I know. That's why we just gotta put them in the room and see what they do. Just put them in the room over there. Be like, y'all, we going out to let's go out to dinner. We gonna have lunch, and they'll probably be sitting out there not even want to talk to each other, right? And they'll be looking and
then maybe eventually they'll be like, and they'll text to each other.
They'll be like, I hate these people. Are they lame? Are they lame too? And then they'll send an airdrop or something, and then they say they'll be texting and talking, and they'll be like talking about us.
Yeah, right.
Right, and you'd be like, your parents whack too? Yep, my parents whack too.
Of course.
That's all. I used to be sensitive about that. Like,
you
don't love me?
Yeah.
You don't like me? What? Take the garbage out. I don't care.
No, my theory is if you said nothing about me, then I'd be worried. But if you're spending some brain cells thinking about me, then okay, we're all right.
Oh, that's a good way to think about it. All right, man. I hope you don't spit in the food. Baldhead said he can spit at. I was like, you gonna spit on the church? Don't spit on the church.
Spitting distance. Come on, distance. Man. Pick up the lingo.
Hey, man, I might jump in the whip. Bolingbrook is playing today.
Hey, you know what? I noticed it wasn't out front.
Oh, I got the winter car out there.
Oh, that's the winter car. Okay.
I got a winter car and the summer car. Well, I got a winter car, a summer old school, and then the other car. So I've been driving that car just cause, but not a gas
with a big old engine.
But God, with gas prices,
it's crazy.
Hey Joe, that bad boy, like
I'm not afraid to tell you, I'm going to Indiana when I leave here.
Really? Uh-huh. I don't even know the gas you got to take. Well, you live over there. Yeah, but the gas it takes for me to go, I'm gonna go to Costco. It's the same difference.
Yes, the Costco line they had to have people out there to keep the line in order.
Man, speaking of that, my sister tagged me in a post in the Mom Squad. But you could connect your Dunkin' Donuts rewards and get 10 cents off per gallon for every 5 coffees you buy. I think I could get my gas for free.
Yeah, right. You probably could at the rate that you drink that stuff.
Man, I'm telling you, I'm about to go get me another when we leave. Really? All right, y'all. Yeah, man. I got to make it through a whole damn day with these people. All right, y'all. It's the Mace Jackson Show. We got to get up out of here. But it has been a good show. Todd, it was good to see you, man.
Oh, man, I'm glad I could come through.
Hey, man.
Thank you, Claire, for getting me up.
Claire, like, get up.
No,
she was like, you just was on your way home, and you was like, you know what? You probably had some chores at the crib, and that's probably what happened. Janine was like, "Now you left out of here, you ain't make the bed."
No, she was like, you left out of here and you didn't shovel the walk. I'm like, you got a son in the basement, kick him.
Right, and man, what's with these? You know, I was thinking about this. My son has too many privileges.
Mm-hmm.
Right, it's like when it snow outside, I used to look out the window and be like, "Oh, here we go." Well, I used to think money. But
yeah, me too.
He look out the window and be like, when is the snowblower guy coming?
The snowblower guy.
I'm about to sign up for all the gas rewards programs. Shout out to the Mom Squad. Shout out to Aunt Neil for telling on me 35 years ago. Man, I was 5 minutes late, y'all. 5 minutes. Neil, please don't tell Dad. How's the day go? Everything good? No problem. When you ever went somewhere and you left out, you ever go on vacation, like from a job, and you hope you got stuff and you don't know if you're gonna come back and get fired or not?
I never had that. Thank the
Okay,
Lord.
so I used to have a job, I go on vacation and be like, dang, I sure hope they don't go in my office because I will be fired in this month. Anyway, shout out to Tennille, even though she was 8 years younger than me, but that don't seem like so long now. But I guess 16 and 8.
That's a big difference.
It's still a code.
Oh, at 8, I remember my
8
kids.
you was tricking.
They couldn't hold water. I mean, I'd say something in the car, and it really wouldn't. And then
don't
Janine
tell your
would
mom.
mention it to me later. I didn't even say that because I didn't think they would even say anything about it.
I remember one time, my kids, when I first got divorced, I had this long, super long hallway, and my cousin would be on the weekends when the kids came, he would go to the bathroom at the other end of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And just assume that if he was in the bathroom at the other end of the house with the fan on, with the spray, with everything, that everything would be straight.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Kids never said nothing, never said a word, not a thing. Then one day, the kid's mom called and be like, so the kids say that your cousin has the house smelling, and you think that they don't smell it because you're in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, y'all telling asses. Y'all could have told me.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you told your mama?
Oh, you know what?
You know what?
The kids tell their mama everything.
They be tripping, man.
I mean, Janine knows things, and she'll start talking about them like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't want to know everything.
You don't want to.
I feel like, this whole, I came from an era where your kids, you didn't really talk to your parents like that. I'm in trouble. I need help. But, real talk, I feel like I grew myself up after 12. You don't need to know none of that. What time I got to be, tell me what time I got to be somewhere. That's all I got to do.
Yeah.
And then I would fake sleep and be in the back of the car listening to their conversations about the people in church and be like, ooh, I don't like Mr. Then they like them and you be mad still. All right, y'all. It is the Mace Jackson Show. It was fun to be here today. So we're going to get up out of here. I got Delray Beach, Florida. Somebody buying me a vacation home? Look, y'all, it's the Mace Jackson Show for Mace, Riis, Ruthie, and today, Todd. I am the host of the Mace Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Mace said, we out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover up. Both of them similar. So I Floyd killed.